What is going on, everyone? It is Tyler McKinney, and welcome to NEPA Pro Series. We are in week 9. Whew, that's right. The final week of the season. That's right, week 9. I can't believe that we're actually here. It's just been a crazy ride. And speaking of crazy rides, I'd love to know down in the chat what the craziest moment has been so far for you in the NEPA Pro Series. I'd love to know what it was. Was it the crazy shot that we had by, Fire Ninja? Was it the Cyclones, losing? Whatever it was, I'd love to know in the chat. Let me know what your crazy moment so far of this season was. And before we get into some action-packed impactful games on our playoffs, let's look at the playoff picture. Now, starting in the East, because pretty much the East is wrapped up. It doesn't mean that we're going to have any bad games this week. It just means that the playoff picture is pretty much settled. We have the Cyclones who are sitting in first place. They are going to get that first place bye in the East. And the two teams that are going to be duking, they're going to be duking it out for the chance to play them in the playoffs is going to be the New York Kings and the Dallas Knights. Both of those teams have solidified their spots in the playoffs. Now, who's going to be number 2? Who's going to be number 3? That's going to be decided this week, but they're going to be playing each other the first week of the playoffs. Now to get into the interesting piece, and that's the Wild Wild West, which has just been wide open throughout the season. However, Kansas City has been able to grab the reins on the West, and they are officially the number 1 seed in the West. They will get the bye the first week, and then we have 3 teams who are jockeying for position, who are trying to get into those last 2 spots for that first week of the playoffs to play against each other. We have the Denver Raptors, the Florida Laser Sharks, and the St. Louis Hustle. And really, this all comes down to just how they all play this week. It is going to be really it's just going to be a barn burner of a week, because we have all 3 of these teams that are still in the hunt for those last 2 spots, and I'm excited about it, and I hope that you're excited about it. Now, without further ado, let's get into our exciting games for the week. And as always, I want to know down in the chat what your thoughts are on all of these games. So let me know now before I give my picks. Listen, I don't want you cheating. Don't be cheating on me, trying to take, my thoughts, my hard work that I put into scouting all of these games and these teams. I want to know what your thoughts are. So down in that chat, go ahead and leave me your thoughts. Okay, without further ado, enough said. Let's get into these games. Let's break them down, because we do have some seriously exciting games on tap for us. Now, our first game, which is going to be starting at 7 p.m. Central Time or 8 o'clock Eastern Time, that's going to be Kansas City versus the Hustle. And listen, this one has playoff implications written all over it, and we are going to start out crazy with this. This one is going to be a fun one. Everything is on the line here for the Hustle, and Kansas City can keep doing what they've been doing for the later part of the season. They are on a 4-game winning streak, and remember, they went on that two-game losing streak just before that. But they have all of their games they've lost, which is only 2, have only been by a total of 4 points. This is a team that has just been taking it to the other teams they've been playing. If you remember, they put it on the Denver Raptors last week. And as I look at things with this and look at this Kansas City team, Oclizator, KFC, Sweet Tooth, Perrinim, they've all really have been stepping it up and stepping up with their game, and it's been quite a fun thing to watch. Akalizator has been leading this team and really been leading as the scorer. You know, KFC and Sweet Tooth have been really filling in nicely, picking things up and picking up the slack. But really, the difference maker has been the play of Paranim. When they needed somebody to be there, to step up, to make some clutch shots, to be there, to bail the team out, you know, to pick up that slack, Paranim has come in there and shined. Now, if KFC can really get back to that prolific scoring that KFC had there for about 2 or 3 games, and Akalizator can keep doing what they're doing, they really have a shot to take this all the way to championship gold. And I don't see them stopping here with this, especially what they did last week to a very, very good Raptors team. And the reason why I say that is this St. Louis Hustle team is quite a bit like that Raptors team. Now, they're a little different, and Ryan can be a prolific scorer. And listen, when I look at this, Ryan's going to need to score about 30 points for this team to win this game. However, this is a team that has their backs against the wall. Everything needs This is it. Last game of the season. This is the last week of the season. If you've got anything left in the tank, you need to let it out now. And so for them, you know, this is the perfect opportunity, but Ryan really needs to go off. Rocks Titan needs to step up. Wet Taco needs to step up. And C. Jason really needs to step up in the goal. C. Jason needs to have probably about 5 or 6 saves back there for them. You know, we need about 3 of them need to be in double digits in points. You know, so Rocks Titan, Wet Taco, they need to step up. C. Jason needs to step up on offense, and Ryan really needs to be in about 30 points for this team to win. But the way that Kansas City's been playing, the way that Kansas City's been doing their game, the way they've been playing their game, and the way that they dismantled the Raptors, they took, not only did they, you know, beat the Raptors and survive that game, they dismantled the Raptors. They took what the Raptors were doing, analyzed it, and went out and just totally got them off their game plan. And they could do that with the Hustle. The Hustle is a team that's built quite a bit like the Raptors. Now, they're not exactly like the Raptors. They do things a little bit differently, but they are kind of a team styled like the Raptors are. So when I'm looking at this game, if Kansas City right now, Kansas City, the only thing is Kansas City right now has their place solidified. You know, they could take their foot off the gas if they really wanted to in this game, but I wouldn't advise it. If you are a sports fan of any kind, you know that teams that take their foot off the gas, not only do they usually lose that game that doesn't matter, but when the game is back on the line again, they tend to lose it when it matters. It's never good to take your foot off of the gas, but I don't see them taking their foot off the gas. This is a pride thing, especially in the Pro Series, and Kansas City is going to pull this one out, and I think that they're going to have a big win. They're going to pull away mid-4th quarter, and you know, they're not going to look back and probably lead this game pretty comfortably for most of the game. So I see a big win on the horizon for Kansas City. Now, to move to our middle game of the night, and this one is going to be between the Montreal Freeze and the New York Kings. Now, the New York Kings have a little bit of a bad taste in their mouth from last week, but the Freeze equally do as well. Both of these teams are coming off of losses over past week. But listen, the Kings have their sights set on the playoffs. The Freeze, unfortunately, are only playing for pride here in this game. And as I'm looking at things and really kind of analyzing it, I think that the Kings really did get a wake-up call. And you got to remember, the Kings were without Owl last week. And if Owl can be back in this game, that's going to smell trouble for this Freeze team. This Freeze team really has fallen on hard times. You know, they haven't been able to get Ender going. Cruzen hasn't been able to get going. And so that's really left them kind of waning and trying to find their way. But listen, they've got 1 week left to really finish the season out strong. when looking at this, I think Strembinski's going to go off. I think having Al back is really going to open things up for Strem. Jiggy's going to play well. And Pigeon, I think Pigeon is going to continue to be just that disrupting factor all over the arena. I don't see that. This is not going to be a fun one for the Freeze. I think that the Kings are going to come out. They're looking to avenge their loss that they had last week. That was a tough loss for this team. I think they're really trying to, propel themselves into the playoffs, make a statement as they go into the playoffs, and, really just put themselves in a better place and kind of get that nasty taste out of their mouth from last week. Now, the Freeze, looking at them, really, it's simple. They need to really get back in sync with one another. They need to get Ender, back and playing like Ender has been playing, cruising, back there. I think Fire Ninja needs to keep going off. Chocolate needs to step up and really go ahead and do, make some of those long threes, step in there, get some rebounds, throw the puck back in the goal. But I think if Cruisin can go ahead and step up, lead this team here. If Ender can come back and give them a nice scoring run, they could really, take it to this Kings team. This is not a bad Freeze team. This is just a team that has just fallen on hard times, that really has had a hard time of kind of figuring themselves out. And listen, I do want to say they've had some players missing from the lineup. And when you have people that are missing from the lineup, not only are you missing out on, all of your good players and having that talent, but you're also, missing out on the chemistry that's there. And then when the players come back, it does take a bit to get, to kind of get that whole machine rolling again. And unfortunately for them, things the wheels fell off of it for them. But listen, this is an opportunity to get back up. When you got nothing to lose, sometimes that's the best place to be. And, that could be it for this Freeze team. But I just don't see that right now. I see the Kings, really taking this one, winning this one, making a really nice statement going into that rematch in the playoffs with the Dallas team, the Dallas Knights. And so, this one I think is going to be over fairly quickly. And then, and that game will be at 8 p.m. Central Time. It'll be 9 o'clock Eastern. And then to finish things out for the night, for the first half of our Week 9, it'll be the 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time game. And that's going to be between the Florida Laser Sharks and the Los Angeles Destroyers. And this one is, again, another tale of two teams, and one that, the LA Destroyers have had a hard time of it. They've had opportunities to get into the playoffs, and at every turn they've kind of faltered with that. And this is a Laser Sharks team that is, again, like I've said before, this is a different team than what started at the beginning of the season. This team has really come together, and I really enjoy watching them as they've all kind of meshed, gelled, and with the addition of Meatballer into this team, they really have become a force to be reckoned with, to where if I'm going to pick this game outright right now, I'm going to go with the Florida Laser Sharks. I think that they're going to win this game. I think they'll probably win by like 6 to 10 points. With about 3 or 4 minutes left to go, they'll go ahead and pull ahead and finish the game out there. Jay Walker's going to go off again, like Jay Walker has been doing. Andy W's going to sit in there nicely. You're going to see Andy W get some more points this week. Meatballer is going to continue to just be that force to be reckoned with. They're with it. And Venom is again going to be that sneaky name. And Venom has throughout this season been that player that is very, very valuable, but his name has not been called very often. And that's not going to be the case in this game. You're going to hear the casters calling Venom's name out, making plays all over the arena and putting the puck back in the goal. And listen, for this team, the two biggest things for them have been the play of Venom and the play of Meatballer, and the way that those two have come on strong here. They are built now for the playoffs, and I got a feeling that they are going to be one of the two teams that are going to get that final spot in the playoffs. They're going to get a win here, and that's going to project them into the playoffs. And, I think that they could do some really great things in the playoffs. Now, the LA Destroyers, I'm not trying to take anything away from them. They're another team that, started out the season well, had some wins, and then have had a trouble figuring things out since then. And, when you got, your main scores having trouble, and, this has always been a team that's been very, very, very balanced. And so when one person, one player isn't really pulling necessarily their weight, that's tough for this team, because they don't have, they just don't have a Strimbisky. They don't have a Jaywalker. They don't have a game. They don't have that player that takes over a game and that can give you night in and night out 15, 20, upwards of 20 points a game and have no problem pulling that. Now, I will say, my hat goes off to Big Bot. Last game, Big Bot had 20 points. And if Big Bot can do that, and Kaznaz can come on, Loveridge can come on, and Z Zenith can come on, this team can really, this team could, turn this around and finish the season out strong going into, the off season with that. But where they're sitting right now, they just don't have the playoffs to look forward to. They got eliminated, and I don't see them regrouping from that. And I see the Florida Laser Sharks have everything to gain, and the Destroyers really don't have anything to really play for. And so that's part of the reason why I'm choosing the Florida Laser Sharks. Also, too, just that, like I said, just the way that they've been gelling, the way that they've been playing well together. The Destroyers, they really rely more on that camaraderie. They really rely more on that being in sync with one another. And right now they're just not there. And like I said, when you look at two teams and, you have one that's playing for the playoff spot and you have the other that really doesn't have anything to play for, sometimes that can equate, and you can see that in the arena. And I think that could happen. However, I will say that that the Destroyers could turn this one into a game, and the Laser Sharks, find themselves in that position where they've got everything to lose. And, with the Destroyers, when you've got a team that has nothing left to lose, and you've got the Laser Sharks who have everything on the line, sometimes you have that underdog that comes up and will bite you, and all of a sudden, they get to play the spoiler here. So if they want to take that spoiler route, these Destroyers, I could see them winning a close game and coming out on top, with one of the last possessions, winning it by a couple of points. But really, this one, I see that the Laser Sharks winning this one, pretty handily, finishing it out with the last couple minutes of the game. And, I could see that that's kind of how we could kind of finish this one out. So to kind of recap, the whole evening of our first night of week 9, the first half of week 9, and I'm going to go with Kansas City over St. Louis. I'm going to go with the Kings over the Montreal Freeze, and I'm going to go with the Laser Sharks over the LA Destroyers. So there are my picks, but I want to know what you think. Let me know down in the chat. Am I crazy? I probably am. But the question really is, Do you agree with my picks or not? I'd love to know your picks. Let me know in the chat what your picks are, and we can continue the conversation down in the chat. Well, I don't know about you, but I am excited. I am ready to go. We have 3, I think, just great games that are going to be coming up here in just a little bit. Like I said, I hope you're excited. I know that I'm excited. All right, guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the action.
What up, Echo Units? Happy Whiskey Wednesday. Welcome back to week 9 of the NEPA Pro Series. This is the final week of the regular season, and we've got a great matchup for you tonight. We've got the Echo Club, the City versus the St. Louis Hustle. We've got the Montreal Freeze versus the New York Kings, and then we've got the Florida Laser Sharks versus the LA Destroyers coming in round number 1 for tonight's matchup. Echo Club, Kansas City with Oculizator, KFC, Zeus, Paranym, Sweet Tooth, coming in to bat number 1 in the division off of the win last week against the Raptors. Went into that match number 1, came out of that match number 1. Only 2 losses on the season for the West. Over tonight, they are facing the St. Louis Hustle, coming off a loss last week, trying to secure second place for the West. We got C. Jason, Ryan, T10, as my friend Dimwee likes to call him, Rocksidon, Dub Taco, and Time. They're ranked 4th tonight, but if they come out with a win, then they will secure the third place. They will move to 3rd, which will put the pressure back on the Raptors for the second half of this week. They're rolling in 4-4 for the West, fighting to make it to the playoffs. And before we get into more of tonight, we'll take you to a quick walkthrough of Echo Arena, as always, for all our new viewers. We'll be right back.
Echo Arena is a zero-gravity virtual reality sport that requires teamwork, skill, and communication to succeed. The arena features a spawn area where the game begins. Players enter the arena through a launch tube that has a catapult ring inside to increase speed as they enter. The teams race to be the first team to get to the disc in the center, which is also called the joust. Players enter the arena full of geometric shapes that can be used strategically during a match. The 3 basic player positions are striker, midfielder, and goalie. Each player's Echo unit is equipped with a thruster on each wrist, a booster on the back, and brakes to slow players down from the high speeds. Re-grabbing or stacking is a common technique used in-game. This is demonstrated when players use each other repeatedly in a slingshot motion to increase their speed. Another useful skill is stunning. This allows the players to temporarily disable the opponent's movement. Stunning can be countered by using the blocking skill, which causes the stunner to be stunned as the offensive team progresses through the arena with the disc. The defending team protects their bubble, which serves as a 3-point line around the goal. When players enter the bubble, each goal accounts for just 2 points. When a team scores, the disc spawns on the opposing team's end of the arena to give them the joust advantage.
And welcome. After that rundown for how the arena is laid out and how we play, there's also some rules. Who are we without rules? We are just savages. So tonight for NEPA Pro, we've got 8-minute quarters with a 5-minute halftime. Each team gets a 1-minute timeout per half, and then the 5th player is allowed in the spawn area. You will see them during the play as the 5th player. They're allowed to hang out in the spawn area. They will be on comms with their teams, but they will not be able to enter the play area unless there is an active swap out. Overtime is a golden goal, i.e. 1 goal. First goal wins, and then, as always, no toxic or discriminatory behavior here in the NEPA Pro Series and in Echo Arena. Moving on for tonight, everybody, again, thanks for joining us tonight on your Wednesday, and as always, I'm accompanied by some of my co-workers. We've got Sir Dimwee, as well as the Denver Raptors own and NEPA TV's own, Palador in the house. Gentlemen, good to see you, and welcome back. What do you guys got for tonight's matchup?
We talk about Raptors. I'm Castador here tonight, and I have no favor at all in the outcomes of said matches. So that said, yeah, I am excited as always that we are winding down our last week of the regular season, and as you mentioned, playoff implications aplenty here. So, it's gonna be a fun time, didn't we?
No, yeah, this is both these teams. Well, Echo Club Kansas City, they're in the playoffs. They are in right now. They kind of a victory here would guarantee them the #1 spot in their conference here. So they do want to get a victory here, but no matter what, win or lose, they are going to the playoffs. They have a chance to get to the finals, and of course they're going to be playing tonight. KFC, Paradigm, Oculizer, Zeus, Sweet Tooth, names that we are very familiar with at this point. This is an incredibly successful team. There's a reason they're #1 in their conference here. And they are going up against the St. Louis Hustle. St. Louis Hustle, though, not guaranteed in. They need a victory here. A loss would probably count them out. I'm fairly certain it would count them out. They need a victory, and a victory would not even guarantee them a spot in, as I understand it. So they St. Louis Hustle are in a do-or-die situation for the postseason.
That's right. It's going to be a big night for them. We saw them come out in a heated battle last week against the Florida Laser Sharks, and they obviously made some play changes there, came in, gave it a good run. The Laser Sharks just were on their game last week, so we'll see what St. Louis Hustle has to bring to Echo Club Kansas City. One of the big things we saw at Echo Club Kansas City last week, just total changeup of the strategy, right? Going up against probably one of the best defenses in the league, the Denver Raptors, and they came out in a full strategized play scenario against the Raptors. Burning the clock, trying to draw out the defense. They really, really went into that game super prepared. Not that the Raptors did not, but the Echo Club Kansas City, the strategy they picked was ready to rock, and it guaranteed them a victory. It brought them a victory there last week against the Raptors. So tonight, obviously for them, looking to play for pride, but St. Louis Hustle looking to play for survival.
It's interesting. I was actually talking about the strategy that they played last week. I don't remember the setting. Who was I talking to? I think it was a late night stream I did just totally off the cuff one night on my own channel, and we were talking about the fact that Oculizer wasn't really, he didn't get a lot of offensive activity in that game, and it may have to do the way they were playing in that game. KFC, the way KFC plays on the back line may just not activate Oculizer in a certain way, Powder, that we're used to seeing him.
Look, their whole team was just nasty on that day, but Oculizer is one of those players who can absolutely burst at the seams, whether scoring-wise, defense-wise. We've seen it 1,001 times, as we will see the very man himself take it in for the first one of 1,000,000. There's 2 points to the Kansas City Crew.
Yeah, 2 points at right off the bat, 9 seconds. And Ock is going to get that one. Sweet Tooth with the assist, or should have gotten the assist. Yeah, he did get the assist there. So that's going to kick us off here. So St. Louis Hustle immediately in a deficit, immediately on their heels, have to come out playing a little bit more aggressive than maybe they were intending to, or maybe not. Maybe they're just going to stick to their game plan as Taco handles it. And then the near side tube off of that initial pass, the chain there at mid. Waiting for something to happen. They're waiting for a bait with something. There it is. They strike. They get the turnover. Maybe ostensibly disc is loose. It will be Paranim with the pickup there on the back line, turning it around for Kansas City. That gives it away. Taka with it, sending it near side in the hands of Ryan. Ryan, looking at that lane, did not have a lane. Playing all the way back there with Sweet Tooth back in the goal as Rock's tight handle. This one on the edge of the bubble does not have a pass option. Goes ahead and sends that one back for a reset.
Well, the way they maneuvered that disc up the floor despite the pretty aggressive defense was a thing of beauty. Lovely to see. They had some tough passes in there, including working away through some geometry, working those bounce passes in as well in that midfield. So impressive stuff there.
Now some activity there. Rock saying they're bringing it in. 1v3? 1v4, in fact, as we see some protests there in the goal, but a goal is a goal is a goal is a goal. And that's going to tie it up here. St. Louis Hustler on the board.
All right, but I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to Rocks there because we saw a little paranormal activity, I suppose. A little ghosting here and there, but it looked like he waited, right? He waited. He just knew. So once things were back in order, then he made his move.
Big opportunity.
That's what I'm saying.
I think you're not wrong, as Oculizer is going to answer there 10 seconds later. So 2 minutes in, we've got a 3-goal game. Oculizer to himself.
Well, indeed. Sure. 4 points on the board. So, first one technically assisted by Paradigm, the second one assisted by Sweet Tooth. So either way, though, like I said, he's gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you as Rocks stunned out.
Exactly.
KFC picks it up there. Oculus there at the shield. No, that's a setup there. Paradigm takes a shot. That one was off of head and then off of the post. Rocks Titan. There's still some activity there, looking for that send out, but it's off of that ridge. That ridge there is the mortal enemy of many players in the game. As Ryan's going to get that one picked up on the far side, sending it up in the hands of Taco. Taco stunned out there at mid. Disc is loose. Good recovery there. See Jason, no, loses it. Sweet Tooth gets it picked up instead, and they're going to dribble to the near side. Nice dribble play here. That's one. They're looking for a second. No, not going to be able to get there as a chain. KFC, though, does get it. Stunned out Taco. Also stunned out, loses handle. Oculus hit it with it now for Kansas City. So a little jockeying for it there for a moment. Paradigm now sending us one in. 1v1 against goalie here. Sweet Tooth bringing it in. Ooh, C. Jason got a hand on it, but Kansas City going to get points nonetheless as they go up by 4, and we get a timeout here, maybe a protest.
Whatever could this timeout be for? I have no idea. That said, 6-2 on that goal. The power through on the play from the backboard, powering it through the hands of the defenders. With 4:45 still left in this first quarter, and as you said, the scoring pace here is thus far been kind of quick, quicker than you'd expect. Sometimes, a lot of the times, actually, in these matches, those first quarters for a lot of teams they start off a little bit more defensive, a little bit more slow, kind of the feel out process, but. We're just kind of seeing goal after goal being thrown in here in the first few.
Yeah, this has been a very aggressive game thus far, and although none of it, what I like about this one is it's all well executed. It's everything is looking crisp. No one's looking too discombobulated. There is some activity we've seen, but otherwise, no. It's been a strategically clean game. A lot of good calls, a lot of, there hasn't been a lot of that. You have a moment of back and forth, but then someone gains control and then maintains control. And that's what makes for, in my opinion, that's what makes for a good game where you don't have turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover. You have long possessions of well-considered execution, well-considered plays, in high scoring, although I think there is an upper a threshold that the scoring hits a point, but we don't have to get into the weeds on that.
All right. Well, on the note of activity, we might be shifting servers. It sounds like potentially. So bear with us through that. On further note of activity, I do see a lot of Twitch activity. So welcome one and all to the stream here in our final week of regular season. And see plenty of familiar folk in there. Between Hecken and Wit. Hello.
Excuse me.
We see Andy W. was asking for some
joking.
bias earlier. You're always joking, Dimwee.
I know.
Hey, Andy, I'll give you some bias. I hope you lose your warm-up match later on. You're playing Raptors, right? Warm-ups, I think. Maybe. There you go. That's my bias for the night. Thanks for coming. Good luck on your actual match afterwards, though. See, I can still be the best of both worlds. Yeah. Gonna clap the warm up now, he says.
Now Sneaky's throwing bottles at me, empty water bottles at me from the pitch there. Hey, can we get some security in here? He just pelted me. He just pelted me with a few bottles here.
Dimwee, I thought you're security. This is awkward.
Wrong team one.
No.
That's why they call you Bouncer Dimwee.
That was weak.
Look, just let it rest. Let it sit there.
I think that's the first time anyone has ever called me Bouncer Dimwee.
It was
I liked it. I liked it for what it's worth. I liked it.
Thank you. Look, it's one of those where I came up with it a second before I said it, and it's always a risk of completely flopping. So, you got to take risks sometimes, okay?
So, chat, just so you know, Powdor views you as his beta testers. That's how highly he thinks of you.
No, chat. You guys are alpha testers. You're strong.
Ooh,
Anyway.
ooh. Alpha
No,
testers.
like never mind.
No, I get it. You're trying to turn it around. No, it's too late now. No, it's too late. You've already been exposed.
Well, the ABCs, D, E, F. Anyways, Dimwee, how are you? and your mom and your sister and your dog doing today?
That was rude. That was rude.
I did
Time.
nothing.
I know exactly what you're referencing. What's up, Time? Wit says Omega Testers. Son of Wine says Sigma Testers. And yeah. So we're gonna get back into this game here soon-ish. What's up, Zenith?
Soonish. I'm
Soonish.
about in the server now, so again, bear with us. Little timeout to address some potential tech issues, maybe ping issues. So we're seeing if the server switch can solve said issues.
I like how you say potential tech issues when at this point they are they're actual tech issues.
Well, you know, I just want to leave things open because it's like it's innocent till proven guilty, right? I don't. Anyway,
Nate,
I think we're in now.
I do not appreciate your attitude as we get a rematch, as presumably something was not set correctly.
Yeah.
You are absolutely correct. That is what happened. Sheesh.
Well, in any case, yeah. So, hope everyone's New Year's week has gone well. That note, because I haven't really talked to a lot of you guys since a year ago. It's been a while, you know. For a lot of you guys, I'm seeing some of you in another week from now in real life. That's gonna be fun, ain't it? That said, you know what else is fun, Dimwit? Guess what? We got the game. We're back, I think.
Yeah,
I hope.
Getting back into this one as teams are going to come out here. Also, if you're still here and you're new to Echo, new to watching it, new to playing it, you have any questions? Pop them in the chat. We'll try to get them answered as we see them. As Taco handling this one off of that joust. Standard split here from the St. Louis Hustles. They press up in mid. That chain active gets split up, and they're going to get through mid. As KFC applies pressure here on the near side, see Jason pulls KFC to him and gets him stunned out. Nice play. As Taco across the rocks to Ryan. Ryan, one more pass to C. Jason, who gets it in, and they're back with it too.
Wow, just all kinds of great pass work. Kind of, you know, we see Sneaky and Zenith in the chat. That's reminiscent of some Zero play right there. From Team Zero back in the day, which really wasn't too long of a day ago, but that's it. You gotta love that teamwork. Smooth as ever.
Sweet to pairing them across. They're already through mid. The Hustle just let them walk into their house like that, and they're gonna score again. Skadoosh, paired him, beautiful shot. And that's what, you know what, the Hustle, they're going to have to play a stronger mid game if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, that's the thing. You cannot let their players work it up comfortably up the floor like that, where they just have that, as you see there. I mean, defense collapsing on the entry QB, the entry pass, but then no one covering the receiver, and that just puts the goalie in kind of that tougher situation where they have to go all or nothing and save that, or the play's done. But you know, most offensively talented players, they'll gladly take the one-on-ones.
That's when a turnover gets dumped in. Well, turn back over it does. C. Jason with it on the far side. Couple of stuns in the area. That one does get by the back line. Oh my goodness. You know, sometimes you just need them, and sometimes you just get them, and sometimes both. But I don't know how to finish that, but you know what I was going for.
Sometimes you see Jason. In terms of, I feel like, you know, syllabically, is that a word? Syllabically, it lined up.
I think you just made up a word, but you know what? All words are made up, so it's perfectly acceptable. As long as there isn't a word that already exists, it means the exact same thing. You know, it could mean something similar, but as long as it's a little, you know, as long as there's some nuance difference, you can make a totally new word.
Indubitatiously, didn't we? Indubitatiously.
Like normalcy, lock shot off the post. Oh. I believe it was the U.S. president who introduced normalcy into the lexicon, the English lexicon. The Sweet Tooth sending that one up. Oculizator. Uh-oh. That's a dangerous spot. That's why. Gets it in. They're up by 3.
Every spot's a dangerous shot with Oculizator in the bubble, especially in the bubble. I mean, thing is, I don't see Oculizator these days compared to, say, a year ago or so. I don't see him taking any long-range attempts, but he also doesn't need to. In the bubble, in that 2-point zone, such a dangerous player. And, you know, furthermore, these days also, those long bombs from half court and beyond, not necessarily as open most games and most times anymore because of the speediness of the stacks. But I digress.
I digress. Not actually.
We digress.
You digress. Uh-oh, set up here. Nice play there. Paradigm got the leech and then got to the disc first, and there's a chain. He shut the store down early tonight. No chicken for anybody. As Paradigm is going to send that one up. KFC gets it over to Sweet Tooth. Open goal. Another one. They're looking for their third. You know, third time is always the charm. Oculizator. Let him do it. He does it. That's another 2. They're up by 5.
It took him a few times, a few attempts, as you said, but got it done. So, good job just to stay engaged, right? It'd be easy to kind of slump the shoulders after a couple missed gimmies, but staying with until that buzzer sounds, and ideally until it sounds in your favor. That's the key. You know, stick strong to the disc, and it will reward you if you have times.
Less than 30 seconds to go here. A little give and go on the back line. See Jason all the way up to Ryan. Ryan thought he had a lane, but not anymore. That the chain got back. Goalie got back to goal. Ryan sends it back to the back line. See Jason. Time enough for one more goal. See Jason up to Ryan. Ryan up to the ceiling. Rockstein has to turn around. Has Taco near side. Goes to Taco. Goals wide open. I don't know where the goalie came up. Whoa, okay. Sweet Tooth was looking to try to get that disc picked off. Not going to happen. As St. Louis Hustle find their way onto the board one more time before this intermission, as it will be 12-9 in favor of Echo Club Kansas City. As we go to a quick intermission, a word from our sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment.
This flag isn't backwards. It's facing this way because it's moving forward. Just like the men and women who wear it on their uniforms. And the country it represents. They're all only meant to move one direction, which is why we fly it this way. On the flanks of the all-new Grand Wagoneer, moving boldly and unstoppably forward.
And welcome back. Thanks for joining us on Week 9 as we start this week. Coming up for the conclusion of Week 9 for the NEPA Pro Series. Catch all the action right here on our Twitch channel, the NEPA TV. Coming up this Saturday on the 8th, we've got the Chicago Wizards versus the Orlando Cyclones, followed by the Austin Burners versus the Denver Raptors, and the Dallas Knights versus the Nashville Legends. You can catch all the action right here on NEPA TV. For more information on the teams, follow NEPA TV on social media or visit nepavrpro.com. And back to the booth with the boys. Dimwee, I did look up when normalcy was first used, and the first time it was actually used was in a medical dictionary of mathematics from 1855. But you're right, Warren Harding did coin the term in 1865. See that? You come watch NEPA TV, you learn about NEPA, you learn about a bunch of other random stuff too that'll be useful at some cocktail party full of hipsters. But never sell yourself short on random information that could put you at the top socially.
Who doesn't love fun facts?
Yeah, there you go. Go forth and prosper. And tell us about the first round as we get ready to roll back in. 12-9, still a very close game here between Echo Club Kansas City and the Hustle. Hustle's not out of this yet. We'll see what they bring coming into the second quarter of this 4-quarter game.
Yeah, thanks, Nails. Well, second quarter is starting right about now, so back into it we go. But as we see, it was a higher scoring for a first round, higher scoring, even despite the server change. And with that, might even continue to go on as a first shot, well denied by Sweet Tooth. Why not? That is the sweet truth. Well, KFC finding a clear, but that'll be back into the arms. So back into the game, I suppose, didn't we? Point is, exciting second quarter, competitive as ever, I certainly hope.
Indeed. Yeah, they had a quick attack there, not able to score. Then Sweet Tooth again. He was the one who got that save and now gets that one broken up, set out into that far side trap. Rockstein gets there first, however. But then as that Paradigm on the far side gets it instead, KFC walking it up as Sweet Tooth Paradigm right behind. They've got a 3v1 against goal. Oh my goodness. Who was that? That was C. Jason. He has been playing a phenomenal game. He gets to stop himself, though it will be KFC on the back line again here for Kansas City.
Oh, that was beautiful. You cannot go Little Mermaid on C. Jason. You can't go under the sea. He's going to save that every time. Oculizator now trying to go over for a pass, though.
KFC going to walk it back for a reset. And sending it in, Sweet Tooth has a little bit of room. Oh, what a setup there. Paradigm completely uncontested. Everybody watching Sweet Tooth up on the shoulder there. It just took all of their attention. Watch the replay. Watch how they all look at Sweet Tooth. Paradigm, nobody's covering Paradigm when she sets up there.
Absolutely. And this is one of the big, I think, progressions I've seen here in Kansas City's matches compared to say weeks 1 and 2, where they were still very much searching for that team cohesion. As I say that, well, ooh, the slingshot from the frisbee style throw up Paradigm. The thing is, they are finding the open players so much better. That first week, there was a lot of one-on-ones being seen, but really, ever since then, they have been excellent with finding those open hands to lead them to easy goals like that.
Uncontested. They get some points. See Jason saying his name a lot in this game. It's 2 there. They're back within 3. They're still in it. Yeah, I'm looking over the scoring in that first quarter, and 1, Oculisator had a phenomenal round. But 2, it looks like Kansas City dominated. But then I look up and I look at the scoreboard. I don't see any domination going on just yet. A big pick off. Ryan, long shot. Come on, it goes low. There. Oh, and then C. Jason not able to get the hand on that one. It will turn over. Paranim looking to fling that one away. Has a chain to pick it up. KFC, is he gonna redeem himself? He does. Store is open. Chicken is back on the menu. They're gonna go up by 6. That sounded really good, but it was so corny.
I liked it. I like that one too.
I mean, chicken
I
and
have
corn, they
very
go
low
together.
standards, so.
Wait, I don't know how it makes me feel because you usually like my jokes. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. On to the next play. Moving on.
Don't read too much in it,
on.
my friend.
Too late. I'm in my own head for the rest of this night.
Rock self pass there. Mid Taco sending it across. Ryan has to get it back. They are barely hanging on to possession right now, but they do maintain. As a CJ sent to Taco, they get through now, get some nice passes off. Rock Titan puts on the brakes. Gets an open pass to Ryan. Ryan juking around. Ryan gets a lane. Ryan takes the shot, gets the points, and they're once again back within 4.
Back within 4, and it's like you said. I agree. It's kind of there is a couple goal lead here finally, but you would think based on momentum you've seen from some of these plays, you would expect maybe it'd be a little bit more of an advantage to Kansas City, but no. St. Louis has been executing it very well to keep themselves up, and you can see that aggressive defense from the stack, and the stack stays together, the stack sticks together, the stack causes a turnover, and it results in the backliner C. Jason there on a clear, just putting him in good position to at least contest this in the midfield over and over.
And now Oculisator has Sweet Tooth right in front. He's going to take it in. Sweet Tooth gets a stun off on the goalie as well. They're going to push back up by 6 with that one. So keeping this holding on to the lead, Echo Club Kansas City, this is how they will if they get a victory here, this is how they're going to pull it off. Just maintaining that lead. They're not making any mistakes. They're able to pull away periodically when St. Louis makes a mistake. And that's what's giving them the lead here, and they're able to their execution has been really solid. I don't think have they given up any turnovers for goals yet? I'm not sure. I would love to have that status. They are going to pull a turnover there.
And this is a chance now as we get into the final section of this second quarter, this first half. This is a chance for Kansas City to start pulling away. They've been getting the better of them a couple times, but C. Jason has definitely been getting the better of them on some of those drives. That is yet another save going to CJ's way.
Yeah, now open goal opportunity. No, not anymore. Ryan has it with Taco. They've got a 2v2 if they continue to push up. Ooh, Ryan trying to pull the ender there. KFC does not bite. Gets a send out through the near side, too. They're going to chain after this one. Chain gets away. No, they have a leash with them. KFC stunned out before he can complete that shot. Coming in, though. Paranim gets it in for another one. They're going to go up by 8 with less than 3 minutes to go in the half.
Oh, tough. So we got an indirect save almost there to see Jason. Able to stun and dislodge the disc just before that initial shot, but the unfortunate thing is he got KO'd as well. So that set up Paradigm for the easy, does it, rebound goal.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm enjoying watching that Sneak Evil get absolutely bodied in the chat after his comment about Paradigm. KFC gets it for the 3. I love it. I love seeing it stick up for us. They're gonna go up by 11.
And KFC starting to cook now. That's the best I can do because then we keep taking my KFC puns every week. But that is 6 points now in this quarter for KFC.
And we got 2 minutes to go in the half. Let's see, Jason down to the floor, gets across to the near side. Taco. Juking. Across to C. Jason. They've got some good movement here. Chain is going to back up. Orange Chain, that is. They back up to defense. The pass up there, not good. Loose. Oculisator slaps it away. Chain, they're going to chain over that one. Pairing him with it, sending this one up. Ooh, out of reach. The intended target, Sweet Tooth's going to get it recovered, slaps it across. KFC's able to get there, sends it back towards the goal. And then I believe that was that Rocks Titan getting that one sent away. I don't believe it was actually, I think it was Taco. We're now Ryan, open goal, hits it for the 3. They're back with an 8.
Nice. They really needed that because they were losing steam fast after Kansas City in the final few minutes of this quarter. They were starting to turn up the heat a bit. They were making more shots. They were causing more turnovers. So just to stabilize with a 3 in this as we wind down the final minute of the half, a good way to keep them engaged in this game and still within single digits, at least for a moment, but still some more plays yet to unfold. And maybe even another shot here to bring it closer. Oh, but just off the mark. Second attempt, same result. Couldn't find it.
That is what you cannot be doing when you're down by 8 going into the half. You've got to score the empty goals. You got to score when you get 2 in a row. You got to score them. Absolutely. As they get another opportunity, Taco is just going to dump that one down. They have to chain after it. They do not get a chain away. Too many leeches, too many stuns, and a nice slap there from Ryan. But it will be back in possession of Kansas City. Less than 30 seconds to go. As that one gets sent across far side, tracking it down as KFC under pressure immediately. He shovels that one away, but gives it away to CJ. An opportunity here. 16 seconds. CJ sends it back to Rocks. Only time for one more goal here in the half. Rocks pressing up, goes across. Hits Taco. Taco looking for a cut. CJ in front. Too many bodies. Oh, but there's a stop. That was pairing him in the bubbles. KFC gets it cleared, and that should be the half as that one's all the way down. There you go. At the end of the half, Echo Club Kansas City maintained their 8-point lead over the St. Louis Hustle. With that, we're going to have a couple words from our sponsors as we go into this halftime intermission. We'll be back.
Hold on a minute. Did we hear that right? Dodge is making an electric car?
We're talking hypothetical, right?
Surely you jest. Dodge? You mean the people who devised the legendary 426 Hemi and sunk it into a sublime missile? You mean the Dodge that created the Hellcat Red Eye and the most powerful muscle car in the world? Makers of the 840 horsepower wheel-standing Demon? Why on God's green earth would Dodge ever build an electric car? Anybody? Any thoughts out there? Hello?
Now you see it. Now you don't. This is the all-new 702 horsepower Ram TRX.
And welcome back, Echo units. Don't forget to come and compete with the pros March 18th through the 20th in St. Louis, Missouri. Come get your Echo on with all your friends. As well as the pros, this charity LAN event is hosted at Busch's Stadium's exclusive Redbird Club, and I do mean exclusive. It's Gucci. This one-of-a-kind event is open to any and all Echo Arena players, so don't miss your chance for some friendly competition with your peers while supporting a greater cause. Get your team together, get your friends together, come on out to St. Louis and go to NEPAVRPro.com for more information. And before we get back into the analysis of the first half, we'll take you to some quick highlights for Week 8.
Cause my only crime was hoping there is something more than this loneliness I feel. But no one makes me feel less alive. We're fighting fire. The way you push my buttons just right. We're fighting fire. When two voices of nature collide. We're fighting fire. Can't help
And welcome back to the halftime. It was Barn Burner with Echo Club Kansas City versus St. Louis Hustle. St. Louis Hustle in the fight of their life, figuratively, somewhat literally, here trying to get into the play and secure a spot for third place in the Western Division. So for first half, gents, I mean, we saw a pretty tight game initially, and then we saw Echo Club Kansas City just start to walk away with it. They're running an 8-point lead, so not St. Louis Hustle's by no means out of this game yet. Still a lot of time left. But looking at the stats, I mean, almost double the stuns for Echo Club Kansas City versus St. Louis Hustle, and double the steals plus a little bit. So they're really doing some good work getting their flow together. No surprise from Echo Club Kansas City, but from St. Louis Hustle's side, what are we looking at? What do they need to do to close this gap and tighten this game up a little bit and put themselves more in contention for putting the Echo Club Kansas City at risk for an L for this game?
I think you said it there. Honestly, what do they need to do to tighten up? Just tighten up in the sense like that the execution, because they're only down by 8 points here, and we saw there were a couple opportunities where they had the chance to score a pretty good look, open look, and then they were not able to, and things like that. That will make a difference, all the difference in the world. Just making those gimmies, as I said. What else they need to do? Just more of the team play. I really like what I'm seeing from Rox. Has the 4 assists on the board there. Ryan with 1 as well. And basically, just a little bit of a tighter play on the execution side of things. Maybe even look for a couple extra passes. I know towards the end of the half there, they had maybe an opportunity to go for one more pass to the nest, but instead they kind of got double dived and it ended that play. And just things like that. Moving the disc around a little bit more and getting sturdy with it. That said, Dimwee, what do you see?
Actually, Echo Club Kansas City not making very many mistakes.
Also
that
true.
to me, I don't think this is a failure of strategy. I think this is Echo Club Kansas City has made fewer mistakes. I think St. Louis Hustle have made more mistakes, and I think that's where the victory is. That's where the game's being won by Kansas City. Although St. Louis is going to get the first touch there, Rock's going to get in, immediately turns it over. We've seen a lot of turnovers go the way of Kansas City. It's a KFC lock shot. Nice chain. Ryan gets that one picked off. But yeah, that's what I've been seeing so far in this game myself personally.
Well, very, very true. And everyone executing on that end as Rox gets executed there with a stun. In fact, 3 players, the 3 scorers so far, Paradigm, Oculus 8 and KFC, 6, 6, and 6. That is sneakily evil on their score sheet, but very even in the distribution is the main point there. I like it. Oh, and Sweet Tooth, no points, 4 assists. Got to shout that out, of course, as well. Love it.
I didn't know Emperor Nero was in this game. Is Ryan? That was that one. I wonder if anyone will actually get that reference. Ryan sending one out to mid. Sweet Tooth, though, picks it up, sends it back around. KFC does not have an empty goal. Goes across, Oculizer, bringing it in. Oh, nice stop. See, Jason has been too good. Thank you, Son of Wines. Too good in goal. As Rock Titan looking for a clear. That one down to the floor. We'll turn over, though. And that's right there. They had the chain ready to go. They were ready to chase it, and the clear was a turnover, and it stopped like that. That's why this team is winning. KFC, Oculizer. Oh, stunt out. See, Jason again. That was phenomenal.
Beautiful. Now that is 3 saves credited to C. Jason, and you'll give him another one indirectly on that. Just putting in defensive work, whether it's saving the shots directly or in that case, watching Oculus Sater, knowing his tendency to move into the goal and really put the moves on you, and just anticipating the fact that he would not dive, and resulting in the 3 on the other side. What Taco puts it in. They're within 5 because of that, but you gotta really center that around what C. Jason did defensively on those 2 plays.
Very important what he was doing on the back line there. And that's what earns him that goal. The first goal of the half, in fact, took over 1.5 minutes. Over 2 minutes off the clock already. As KFC handles that one off of that quick pass, a relay, Paradigm sending it back across. Sweet Tooth has to track it down. Shane gets there first instead. Ryan chucks it. That one caught in the far side trap. They're going to have a couple players in the area. Somehow Oculizer gets there first. That man is hacking. Of course, I'm joking. Don't quote me on it. Ryan, long shot. That one's close, not quite. C. Jason will pick it up to get it in for the 2. And the Hustle are back within 3.
Hey, all the difference that a half could make. Talked about the factors of well, on one side for St. Louis, just tightening up a little bit of those loose ends. And as you said, for Kansas City, maybe for them, if St. Louis is to catch up, maybe for them, they just have to play a little less perfectly. And, so far, so good. We've seen them tighten up in the defense for St. Louis. Kansas City now in a position where they have to react to a couple goals going against them in a row.
And that's a turnover there. Rock Titan sends that one out. Oh, that bounce is not fair. Oh, it is favorable. Ryan looking for a shot there off of the post. Was close. But Alexander is going to get possession here. He looks for that. That is a shot. Oh, that was literally choked. I literally choked.
Didn't we, to clarify, didn't we mean he choked? Sweet Tooth did the complete opposite of choke. That was some clutch. I don't care that it's the third quarter.
That was amazing.
Wow.
I need water.
Headbutt 3 on the rebound, and now they are bound for another.
Oh, no.
That's 6 in a row in just a few short seconds. And KFC eating up those seconds. They are heating up really quickly in this third quarter.
Unbelievable. I'm still getting. Oh my goodness, dude, I feel like I have a frog in my throat all of a sudden. What just happened? I cannot believe that goal. I cannot believe what just 9 points.
It was a 9. It was a 3-point game just a second ago.
It was. Unbelievable. I mean, that's how fast. Oh my goodness, this is why this team is up in first. That's unbelievable. St. Louis Hustle suddenly under a lot more pressure. And then, see Jason. He tried to walk it in. There they go. Taco is going to get that one picked up and brought back in, but only for the 2. Those threes those were punishing, as they're still 7 points behind the St. Louis Hustle are.
Man, I got to go back to the other place. Now, maybe it's recency bias. I want to see another replay of it if I can, because I was like you. I kind of threw back in my chair, just shouting to the gods, what was that? So I didn't even get a look at the replay, but that was one of the nicer headbutt threes I think I've seen. That was tough, was it not? That seemed like it was coming out with some heat.
He and the disc were moving stupid fast. I mean, both of them. That was an amazing headbutt. Sweet Tooth is going to get another goal here. Puts his team back up by 9. No, that headbutt there, that's the one that I will say that it comes from practice. That one comes from practice. That one comes from practicing the headbutts. That one comes from knowing the shape of the head hitbox, which is really important. A lot of players, if you have not seen it, it's out there. You should go look for it. If you've not seen the head hitbox, go look for it. It's not what you imagine. It's absolutely not. It makes it a little difficult.
I've got something so relevant to that, actually, as KFC is going to swing in for that, too. Oh, it bounces up. It goes through the hand. Whoa, was that a headbutt or just a...
it was a headbutt.
A release of the disc?
Yeah, it was a hit. It was the side of the side of the forehead, and just kind of floated into the corner there.
Well, rough stuff on that end, but so very relevant, actually. So absolute true story. Okay, when I was first coming back into game shape, getting back into the game a couple months ago, and it was in a private match afterwards, or maybe it was beforehand. Either way, I was looking for tips on headbutts because I'm not good at them Still not very good. The point is, looking for tips. Guess who I was asking? Who was in that private match with me? It was Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth was telling me about the head hitbox and was trying to teach me the ways of the headbutt. Guess what? I hit my first headbutt rebound 3 the very next day. That is no joke. Now, I haven't done one since, but that is just coincidence, as that is not at all for Ryan. Finally showing that 3-point reliability after missing the first couple. This is what you normally expect out of the Rhino.
Yeah, and I'm looking, is that only his second goal of the game? Is that no, it's not his second goal. It's the second 3. His third goal, if I'm not mistaken. But that's what they need Ryan doing in this game, is nailing those empty goals, hitting them for 3s. As this one is going to turn over. Here's their opportunity. They got to get back into the game here. They have a minute to go. If they can get some momentum here to end this quarter, that would be absolutely huge. Sent down here to Taco. Taco stunned out this because Sweet Tooth gets it, sends it back out. Off of the ridge. That's another opportunity. Oh, man. See, this is what we talk about. You got to be good to get lucky. Those are lucky bounces. Oh, that one, another one. Another opportunity. You have to capitalize. You have to capitalize. Another one. Ryan, score the goal. Thank you. They're back within 6.
I'm concerned for Dibley right now, but I am not concerned at all for St. Louis, because they finally did score, as you noted. And Ryan, well, capping off a Joker train into the goal, then kind of released the caboose early to go around for the swing through dunk. But because of that, we're going to end this quarter, depending on the next 20 seconds, still a very close game. Where again, we saw a swing to where it was within 3 points, and then it was back to 9 points down. Right now, it's back to 6. Might advance here now, but let's see. The one more shot into the pocket as well. KFC. My goodness. So it is back to an 8-point lead. We are right around where we started the half as we end the third quarter. This could only mean an exciting fourth one to come. But before that, of course, quick word from our sponsors, and don't go anywhere.
Power, agility, intelligence, speed.
It was sweet too.
Turns out, we have a lot more than a name in common. The all-new Ram 1500 TRX, the fastest production off-road truck ever.
And welcome back. What are you doing with your life on Friday? What life choices are you making? A good life choice is to watch Late Night with Ivan Thrive. You can tune in Friday nights at 9:30 p.m. Central right here on NEPA TV. You never know who's going to stop by and visit us here on Late Night VR. Hosted by Ivan Thrive. We'll get a little bit more personal with special interviews, fun games, and more right here at twitch.tv/the NEPA TV with your man, Ivan Thrive. And coming back to the match, fourth quarter, gents, it has been tete-a-tete, if you will, between Echo Club Kansas City and St. Louis Hustle. Hustle getting him within 3, but couldn't quite close the gap. We're rolling into the fourth quarter here. Clean up the play a little bit of St. Louis Hustle, but as soon as they do, Kansas City is just turning up the heat that much more to maintain that lead. What do you think?
They've been, I mean, both teams have been stellar tonight. And for the side of St. Louis, again, this is the last week of regular season. Of course, a lot of implications on the line playoff-wise, and even the regular season side of things to finish off with a winning record at 5-4 should St. Louis take this. I mean, they're trying to play for the postseason. They're trying to play for a winning season in general. And for Kansas City, right now, they are in control, but for how long is the question? Well, Sweet Tooth trying to answer that with the first 2. They're up by double digits. That's 10 points to open up this fourth and final quarter.
That is a hill to climb, but you know what? You know what it actually is? You know what's really going on?
I'm nervous to ask.
St. Louis Hustle. They just want to give us a good show. Here, right now starts the comeback.
I was expecting like some joke, like some cheese is all, but okay.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready for this rocket series of goals here from St. Louis Hustle as Ryan hits the first to within 7.
Called it. You called it, Ryan. So as I was mentioning before, he missed a couple of those 3-point goals, which very uncharacteristic of him. Both of them dings from what I recall, but now he's hit his last couple of attempts here. You don't want to see Ryan heating up in clutch time. That is bad news, certainly, for the Kansas City team.
You're absolutely correct, as this one is loose here for a moment down there. Ryan is going to get it picked off. Ryan sends it out. That's a single bounce there, and then off of the nest to the near side wall. Still loose. Nice chain. Nice stun. Disc is loose there. Oh, nice slap to get it away. And it will be pairing him with the pickup. Has the lane. Is she going to take the shot? No, as the defense gets back to the bubble, she will walk this one up. They're looking at a 2v2 here. Sending that one across there. Sweet Tooth has to recover on it. They've got a 3v2 behind the goal. This is rough. KFC gets it in. They're back up by 9.
KFC, they're just going Statue of Liberty style for a moment, holding up the torch and saying, flame on, I'm fantastic for sure. It's 40-31 off of that, and with it, you know the tendency, first to 40, will it hold true? We'll see.
We have seen at least one exception. We have seen one exception so far.
We have.
But only one.
Chicago Wizards, I believe, on that note.
St. Louis holding on to possession here, still down by 9. Still over 5 minutes to go in the game as Rox walks this one up. Has one in the bubble, stunned out, held on for too long. Occulizer got there, and now gets this one picked up, turning into that far side tube. Good chain, Sweet Tooth. Long heave was going low. Ryan gets it picked off and stunned out. KFC hits it. They're up by 12.
And, predicated off that turnover in the midfield, Rox Titan, who is someone who way more often than not will get away with holding onto the disc for a long time, as you mentioned. Very tricky player to wrangle in the midfield. Will put those moves on you like nothing. Problem is, that defender there who stopped him was Oculusator. And if you can name a player who is very familiar with those types of midfield jukes on people, well, that's someone who could have your number very feasibly.
Ryan going for an ambitious shot there that goes wide. Although I can see what he was seeing there. Picks it up again, stunned out the double stun. KFC. Long heave. Actually, it gives it to Ock with the heave himself. They take a 15-point lead as we approach the halfway mark of the fourth quarter here. They are running out of time, the Hustle are, but they're not out of it yet.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. We've seen across these quarters now the resiliency of the St. Louis squad. We've seen them answer some of these runs, these scoring runs coming in, where right from the beginning, actually, we said momentum-wise, it felt like Kansas was pulling up ahead, and, well, they just might do it again here. A little bit of a ding and a rebound. I admire the attempt at the headbutt, Sweet Tooth. I admire it.
He's going for two. I think that would be the first time we saw two in a game.
Yeah,
that's a good goal there. Sure. Ock puts him up by 17.
This kind of undoes what I was saying a little bit, because 17 is big, but it all boils down to if St. Louis wants to make a move and wants to have a chance at this, they really do need to make their move within these next couple of possessions to have a chance at getting back.
And they have 2 minutes of game time to come back. It is possible. I mean, it is well within reach. That pass across to get it away from the chain and then shovel it into the tube. Although it's just going to immediately turn over. That was just a discombobulated play there from St. Louis Hustle. That's not what they need to be doing if they want to mount this comeback here. Is pairing them across KFC. KFC under pressure goes ahead and resets it there to Oculusator. Juke around a little bit, back to KFC. They just need to run time right now. If they get to a minute 40, that is it. In fact, they get another goal, it would be 2 minutes. Is that will we get turned over? Ryan with the send out. This one down to the floor. If they get a chain in, they do. See Jason Long shuttle off the post. Another heartbreaker right there. As this one's going to be picked up by Paranim. Stunned out, but still gets someone sent across to the far side. Still loose, though. Good chain. Rocks Titan sends it up. Ryan looking for the shot. Stunned out instead. KFC with another turnover, another clear. That one's all the way out. I see Blue Chain going to get there first probably. But they only have a minute left to do this. Do 5 goals. That is a lot.
It is. It's a lot and a half. Now, they can still make the margins closer, but you could just see that out of the flow, basically, of their offense. They've had these attempts, but you can see just haven't been able to find that offensive flow really these last several minutes. So whereas the first 3 quarters were all well contested, it's been nothing but the tooth and nothing but Kansas City Echo Club here in this fourth quarter.
This has been something. This really has been. I wish I had. You know, the resets are important. Do you have the actual total stats there in front of you, Powder? Full game stats.
Sure do.
There's most points between KFC and Oculusator, or KFC Sweet Tooth and Oculusator. Here it is.
Let's see. At the moment, yeah, all of them in double digits. I'll tell you that much. KFC leading with 16 points. Oculusator 11, Sweet Tooth 10.
Oh, that's not that. You know what? Okay, so yeah, those are only partial. That's not including that first little bit there and another reset after the first quarter. So yeah, we're missing a full quarter of stats there. In fact,
I thought these were full. Well, I guess I'm a fool.
Yeah, because you're reading off the same stats I have. So unfortunately, yeah, we could add them up because KFC. Let's see, he had 16, and then, KFC didn't have any goals in that first quarter, so none out of there. Yeah, he had them in the second, but at that point, we were back into that'll all be included, everything in the second there. Sweet Oculusator.
I can, you know what? I can do this. Hold on. I think.
Oculusator had Oculusator with 2 points in the first quarter, 4 points in the first quarter.
Ock had 8 points in the first quarter.
I only had him 2 goals.
Oh, he had 4. He had the first 2 first team, and then the last 2 first team.
That's right.
And then, so this is these 3 players, basically Sweet Tooth, KFC, and Oculusator. What we're getting to is these 3 players have absolutely popped off in this game together, like all 3 of them, and they have made it impossible for the St. Louis Hustle to come back. I mean, the St. Louis Hustle scored 36 points. They ain't never scored. They scored. I just still doing it. 36 points in this game. That is a lot of points. That is not a few. That is a lot of points there. And they still get beat here. And it's just Kansas City. they were just all of them were on it tonight. Every single one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, even like Paranim's stat line 6-3, 1 and 27. That is a great stat line on any normal night. It's not. I wouldn't call it a common thing at all to see 3 players in double digits in a lot of games. But just a lot of people getting on fire at once.
Yeah, this was a. I don't even know. I mean, if we're gonna, you know what? I think if we're going to, if we're gonna talk about, player of the game, I think if we were talking, if it was gonna be who had the most effect in the game, I couldn't decide. I absolutely could not decide as we get our final team stats brought to you by iHeartRadio. But as far as I guess the most spectacular night, it's got to go to Sweet Tooth. Absolutely has to go to Sweet Tooth. Got the headbutt, almost gets 2 headbutt goals. In that headbutt goal, I mean, we mentioned the speed with which he was moving, the speed with which the disc was moving, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Although I got to give a shout out to C. Jason. His defensive play tonight was unbelievable.
Oh yeah, agree 100% with both those things actually. So C. Jason was going to be my spotlight pick of sorts because definitely he was putting in some work defensively, translated it to offense at times as well. Did lovely on that end. Sweet Tooth, to your point, I mean 10 at least. As far as what we have tracked from, which I think is correct anyways, 10 points. But of note was, if memory serves, did not have points at least after the first quarter, maybe even the second, but did have 4 assists early on, okay? So early when Sweet Tooth was not scoring, already assisted the other teammates a bunch of times. And then as the game went on, now Sweet Tooth is saying, okay, now I'm going to get some of mine. Now that everyone else is in rhythm, now I'm going to get my offensive rhythm as well. So really, that is kind of the mark of an MVP, right? It's what value do you bring to the team as a whole in that specific match? Well, Sweet Tooth got everyone engaged and then engaged himself and then off and up for the rest of the game like a rocket, like you were saying earlier. So we're in agreement. If those are your 2 picks, those are mine as well.
And I'm not going to break it. There you go. Congrats to the Echo Club Kansas City. I don't know why it's so hard for me to always say their name, but Echo Club Kansas City, congrats on the win there. No surprise. And the St. Louis Hustle as well. Great game to both teams. Stay with us. We've got the Montreal Freeze coming up against the New York Kings. And before we get to that, we're going to go to a quick in-game interview with C. Jason. Is that correct? Yep. All right. Echo Club Kansas City. I guess we're not live yet.
Is KFC doing an interview too? I told him he should. I want him to.
It's just you, man. You got it.
No, can we do it together?
No, maybe next round.
All right.
Well, welcome back, man. And dude, thanks for joining us here. What do you got coming out of this round? A little bit of tough defeat there against Echo Club Kansas City, but you in particular were going off tonight. What do you got coming back?
Oh, thank you. I mean, obviously we lost like last time. Very, very good team. I mean, there's a reason they're 6-2, right? And I think it really showed in that game, particularly. But, however, it was very, very close all the way through. It was like an 8-point deficit the whole entire game, which means we were down 8, and then it was like even the whole time. So it's not like it was a blowout or anything until the very end. And oh yes, hold on, I'll fly over. No, all good. That's my fault. I read the directions and forgot them.
Yeah, man, it was very close. And at one point, it was three point game there, and you guys were doing some good work there, answering Echo Club Kansas City throughout that. And as we came up there, like you said, kind of in the fourth quarter, got a little bit got away from you, but you guys were doing a great job keeping it close there the entire game.
Yeah, it was very, very close. I think It was very close until the very end because that's when we started to see the deficit grow a little bit, and we started to panic and change things up. Like we started to do more frantic fast plays to try to get some fast points because that's what we needed to win the game, and they didn't really work out because that's not how we play normally. So it's just unfortunate. We got outplayed. They're really good. I can't wait to watch them in the finals.
Yeah, no worries, man. They are headed to the finals. It's not completely out for you guys yet. There depends on what happens later this week there with the Raptors, obviously. But congrats to you guys and for a great season. Well played, and obviously we're looking forward to seeing you at the LAN event. Are you going?
Of course I'm going. I can't wait.
Man. I just it's my job to just guilt pressure everybody into going. So since
As
you're on, yeah, guilt pressure all your friends, and I'll go pressure my friends, and we'll see everybody in St. Louis. Nice work there tonight, and thanks for joining us, man. We will see you in the chat.
Thank you.
And coming up in the next stream, we've got the Montreal Freeze versus the New York Kings. Don't go anywhere. We're going to roll right into that stream, and we will talk to you here in a second. Matchup of the night, we've got the Montreal Freeze versus the New York Kings. Over on the Freeze side, we got Cruisin' Zucks, Fire Ninja, Ender, Chocolate. They are 5th in the East Division with a 3-5 record. Facing off against the New York Kings, who are playing to hold on to second place, but they have clinched the playoffs with a 5-3. Strim, Jiggy, Heck, Owl, and That Green Pigeon coming in tonight looking to fire it up. So obviously, both teams here playing for, well, New York Kings playing for pride since they have the playoffs clinched. And then Montreal Freeze as well, also playing for pride tonight, looking to hand the Kings one more L before they roll in the playoffs and secure one more W for themselves. But obviously tonight coming in, both these teams playing their heart out. Dimwee, Palador, you're still here. And to the booth. What do you guys think?
In fact, the New York Kings are playing for placement. They're playing for second or third in the postseason. Of course, though it is true that the Montreal Freeze are just playing for pride, they are considered they are out of the postseason now, playing their final game of the season here. But yeah, Palador, I do expect them. I mean, these are players. This is these are players that don't play to lose ever. So I would expect them to still come out here, probably trying to be the spoilers here against the New York Kings.
Oh, you know what? We've seen that bunch here in NEPA. We've seen it in regular sports in general. Teams love being the spoiler sometimes. Like you would love more to be in the playoffs, but at the same time, you also love to be the story of the week, where you came in with no expectations to hit necessarily, or no requirement to hit them in a sense, but you were able to create a story. You're able to cause a little bit of extra stress, make the playoff team go in feeling a little bit worse for wear, and just not giving them an easy path towards second place finish, or going into their first playoff matches with confidence, things like that. We talked about it a little here, with the Freeze, and the fact that, as you said, beginning of the season, you had them pegged as potentially a team to go all the way. And I was saying, among those teams, especially in those early weeks, I would have agreed with you. And I think the record agreed with you as well. Their performance did. Then they had, case of roster presence issues of sorts, as well as, Ender, I think, playing on the Quest, switching headsets for the first time for a few weeks there, and just that whole situation in the middle of the season kind of threw them off. It handed them a couple of losses, and now as we wind down the last week, we can see they were losses that they unfortunately could not afford to take.
Yeah, and rolling in, that's always a heartbreaker coming up to the end of the season. Nobody likes to be playing for survival coming up on the last few weeks there of the season, but hats off to really, I guess, to the draft, because it's been from week to week here, we've been talking about the battles going on between these teams, all in the hunt for the playoffs. And then as we come down to the final weeks, we've got some teams that secured it. But other than really the first place teams in each division, I think everybody else at some point in the last week or two was at one point had it on the line, man, where they were going to end up watching the playoffs slip out of their hands. And for the Montreal Freeze tonight, playing the Kings, nothing feels better than handing a team going into the playoffs that is high-ranked a loss. I got a friend of mine, he loves Alabama football. Not that anybody else does, but there's nothing more that I love than watching Mississippi State just roll them in the middle of the season and just screw up their perfect record. And it's just fun to watch, as somebody who may or may not be a fan of their team, mostly not. But you never know. Nothing against my Alabama fans out there, except for the one, and he knows who I'm talking to. But for all you guys out there who are Montreal Freeze fans, I know you're rooting for your team tonight to hand the New York Kings one more L rolling out of this regular season.
Absolutely. And for the New York Kings, they're also a team who we've seen. I kind of mentioned it with hold on, brain cramp here. Kansas City, as I was mentioning before. In the initial weeks, a little bit of a rough start, just in terms of the chemistry, the cohesion, things like that. There was kind of a similar thing there with the Kings, as I recall. First week games, the chemistry wasn't quite there. The passing, there were a lot of just missed passes and gimme buckets that they couldn't get. They also had, I think, that Green Pigeon wasn't there for the first week or two. But then as we approached week 3, I believe is where it really started. You saw them start to drill more. You saw Green Pigeon come into the mix, into the roster again, and was here pretty much the rest of the season. And as those weeks flew by, and they did fly by indeed, you just saw that chemistry develop. And, it's just not a mistake. It's that these players, again, they have a tendency to do that. They've been around for so long. They're such pros that, given just a little bit of time, they're going to go from a team who looks like they've never played before together to a team who looks like they've been doing it for months or years in a jiffy. As I say that, first quarter, here we go to Dimwee.
Yeah, the Montreal Freeze are going to get the first possession and then hand it right off to the New York Kings. That Green Pigeon picks it up, gives it to Strem. Strem sends it in. Jiggy looking for points. Ooh, that one's going to go off the post, back to the far side. Fire Ninja gets it again here for the Freeze. but then caught in the trap. Chain there to pick it up, cruising. Walking it up, looking for the clear. Actually, is that a shot? Is that going to be on? It was on. Jiggy, though, gets it stopped and set out 30 seconds off the clock so far.
That's what I was talking about in the last match, right? Where you just don't see those open threes conceded a lot, nearly as much as they used to be in Echo because of the stack speed these days. Now I'm in a daze because that was crazy from Ender. How about it?
That was a phenomenal slap. I hope that angle was able to catch that because that was ridiculous slap there from Ender.
Caught me off guard. I did not.
Yeah,
was not thinking that was going to be an attempt.
Ender over here playing front hand, backhand with the disc. That one was a backhand. Is that green pigeon handling it there? Of course, a backhand is palm slide for anyone who's curious. That is the back of your hand where your palm is. Someone is going to viciously disagree with me about that. That's just fine. It's pigeon sending it in. Oh, good, nice play. Who was that far side? Was that cruising? Cannot be cruising. Was that cruising? I think it was. Fire Ninja gets it picked off, sent out. Though actually not out, though. Good chain there. Ender with it.
I was too distracted looking at the back of my hand, didn't we? Sorry.
So the palm of your hand, right?
For the sake of stream smoothness, yes, Dimly. Yes, I agree.
Ender pulling Strem out. Strem versus Ender. That is a 1v1. Sent across here. Fire Ninja under assault. Gets it back to Ender. Ender in the bubble. One more pass to Lit. Who gets it in. The Freeze are going to take a 5-point lead.
Yeah, the first that awesome three from Ender, and then Chocolate, the assist from Ender, able to drive on that defender. And well, back to the joust here as the Kings, again, they have in fact secured their spot, as we mentioned, in the playoffs. But still, knowing these players personally, and as anyone knows who's played any sports, it doesn't matter what you've secured or not secured. Once you're in the middle of the heat of the action, you want to win. You always want to win because it does not feel good to lose. And Al is anything but a loser. He will choose to go and score. 2 points now first, and here come the Kings.
Yeah, they get their first goal. Took them 2.5 minutes, in fact, to get the goal. And as we get not a dropout, everybody's still here. There's 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Cruising stunned out, but still got the pass off the Lit. Lit goes back to Cruising. Oh, just a clean steal. Pigeon, though, stunned out as he sends it up. Al with it, near side, bring it in. Places it. They're within one, just like that.
Like I said, when it's Al will never pick, if he has a choice, not going down without a fight. So, they eat a couple goals in a row. Guess what? Al says, I'm going to eat up a couple goals of my own in a row. And then I'm going to do it even quicker than you guys did. So, hey, 5-4. And back to the launch now, trying to successfully get it through if they can for the freeze.
Send up here, Ender on the ceiling. One of those players that likes to hang out on the ceiling, turning it into a floor. That one's loose. Jiggy gets it turned over here. New York Kings get possession. Pigeon sends it out. Good chain. Good couple. I don't know what happened. There weren't any stuns. I thought there were, but there were not. As Ender gets Cruising. Big pick off. It gives it away to Jiggy on the back line. Jiggy sending that one in. Bounce was a little bit low. But Cruising, good recovery there for the Montreal Freeze. Gets it 10 out through the near side, too. This one's all the way down. Off of the sky trench. Jiggy will get it picked up for the New York Kings. Turning it back around. Playing a little volleyball at the moment here. Halfway through this first quarter. It's Pigeon stunned out. And are we going to get another turnover? We do. Fire Ninja looking for a clear now.
Yeah, so as much as I was throwing out the compliments there of the team chemistry at the moment, both teams just struggling to find some solid rhythm, although it does go back to how I usually reference these first quarters do start. So nothing unusual as Chocolate. Same with that. Nothing unusual about the shot. That is now 4 points on the board for Choco.
It's not unusual. Anyways, 3-point lead. Yeah, that was a rough couple minutes there. We had it was a really nice start to the game. And then everybody playing a little off balance, like suddenly someone spiked their headsets. Or maybe they're, what a pick off. Ender, get the point, sir, you do. Puts the team up by 6.
Ender from 23 out. 23, of course, the number of many a greats, and Ender, one of them here in Echo.
And there is Phenom joining the game. presumably as Montreal Freeze's substitute. Either that or he's there to shut this whole thing down. We will wait and see. As Strem loses possession. This is loose, far side. Nice pick up there, Pigeon. Back up to Strem. Strem under assault by that chain. Gets both of them stunned out. They both went for that stun. Then a pick up here. Uh-oh. Pigeon sends it down. They've got an opportunity. Open goal. Ow. Waits. Hits it. They're within 4.
That's what Al waits. You're right, Dimwee. It's 10-6, and Al on a 6-point run of his own right. Just consecutive goals, and hey, 16 points combined between these two teams. So as lackadaisical as it's been a little bit, just in terms of disc control, we are seeing a lot of points put on the board collectively here.
We are, indeed. Ender waits for that chain to attack. Chain doesn't actually attack. That was a feigned attack to go after that pass. Oh, back stack there. Shuts down Ender. Stram up to Pigeon. To Jiggy. Jiggy to Pigeon. And Pigeon will get it in for 2. New York Kings are back within 2. Off of that one is the, that was the first goal not scored by Al from the New York Kings this game.
Correct, and then that Green Pigeon doing it with a little bit of style, a little bit of flair. I like it. Look at that little up and under on the diving defender. Maybe defender going for the disc. So he says, here's the disc, and well, there it ain't, because I'm going to bring it around the other side. So extra moves, and got to give some style points for that for sure.
I'm a style boy for life. I was just watching that the other day. Fire Ninja sending it up. Ooh, off of the shoulder block there. And back out to mid, cruising up to the ceiling. Ender. Oh, Fire Ninja. Right place, right time. Good slap. Puts the team back up by 4.
Nice assist by Ender, putting the soft touch, and you got to do that anytime you're inside that bubble. Any pass you make to a teammate, it needs to be not only precise, but it needs to be soft more often than not. Within feet of your opponent or of your teammate, you can't throw a rocket. But that's the trouble too, because there's so many defenders in a way. You see so many occasions in games and in players who are still trying to get to this level, where once they're in that bubble and they're looking for that pass, they can't help but just throw a absolute spike that's tough to catch. So that calmness inside the bubble is something you see from the experienced hands of these players. You love to see it. Maybe even one more goal.
Oh!
Talk about experienced hands. My goodness. Cruising. Throwing his arms up in the air saying, what was that? I got this. And certainly he did. 12-8, first round going the favor the Freeze as we head to a quick intermission and a word from our sponsors.
Power, agility, intelligence, speed. Turns out, we have a lot more than a name in common. The all-new Ram 1500 TRX, the fastest production off-road truck ever.
And welcome back. Don't forget to join us on Saturday, January 8th, as we finish up Week 9 of the NEPA Pro Series. Catch all the action right here on our Twitch channel, the NEPA TV. Coming up on Saturday, we've got Chicago Wizards versus Orlando Cyclones, Austin Burners versus Denver Raptors, and Dallas Knights versus the Nashville Legends as more teams battle it out to finish out the regular season. You can catch all those here on NEPA TV. For more information on the teams, follow NEPA TV or on social media, or visit nepavrpro.com. Thanks for joining us again tonight on Wednesday as we roll into the second quarter, and a very tight game, 4 points separating both these teams as the New York Kings are looking to basically hang on here, rolling in against the Montreal Freeze, who are looking to upset.
If they want to do that, they're going to have to put a stop to some of what Ender's doing, because I can only imagine Ender back on the native headset because of the scoring output is back where we expect it to be. Scored a few goals there, and at least a couple of them. And a nice slap shot 3. So, he's back in his comfort zone as he makes a move here on goal.
And Freeze looking for another opportunity. They have maintained the lead in this game as Ender gets another one, puts his team up by 6. He gets the first one he got the first goal of the first quarter. Now he gets the first goal of the second quarter. Let's see if he can keep this up throughout the game. But yeah, the Montreal Freeze, we were talking about this, how they're not in the postseason, but they are here to spoil the New York Kings placement in the postseason.
Yeah, exactly. It goes again back to the fact that no pro ever wants to lose. Same with scrims, right? People scrimmage, they practice, they do new things, but that doesn't mean when it comes down to the wire. As Out will fire up 10 points now on the board for the side of the Kings. Out with 8 of them, in fact. We're within 4. But yeah, anyone who's been there in competitive Echo, wherever you are, whenever it was, whatever the format is, doesn't really matter. When it gets down to it, if you lose even a scrimmage, if you lose it, it feels bad. You know, if you get blown out in a scrimmage, it feels bad. When you do everything right, it feels good. That's what it all comes down to. So these players will definitely, I think, especially as the game goes on and on, you're going to see that competitive fire really start to light up for some of these players. Not that it isn't already.
Well, the slap there keeps it in the hands of the New York Kings. And Pigeon will do this one uncontested. Brings his team back within 2 in a row from the Kings. Also wanted to note that, well, it was 5 goals from the New York Kings, 3 of which were assisted by Pigeon, but not 6 goals. Still 3 of which assisted by Pigeon. So Pigeon doing a lot of work on the offense. He's part of 5 of the 6 goals. He's either scored on them or assisted on them, except for that last one. As a Chocolate over here to fire and just stunned out by that chain. Lit, nice play. Oh, Ender's not able to get the grab on it. Fire Ninja has to recover, not able to. That chain gets it instead. Pigeon sends that one out, bounce, keeps it in the area. Nice fling there. I believe it was Ender getting there first and get back to mid. But yes, ow, wow. Sends that one out, stunned out, down to the floor. Ender turns it around, looking for, was that a cloud shot? There's no way that was consciously a cloud shot. There's no way. Shrimp. Pigeon. Ooh, off the post. That one hurts.
Yeah, Cloud said no, so Cloud 9. In any case, Green Pigeon here with it, trying to fire off to Al from that sideline. Just loses the handles, but oh, look at the perfect placed pass right to the nest. Strembitsky putting on the brakes, but gets broken up instead. There's certainly a move that Strem has been favoring more and more lately, and it's tricky to deal with, but that time a little too far out. And it was very diveable, as Strem himself will get the rebound still yet at the tunnel.
Yeah, definitely looked like he froze himself out there for a moment. It's Al off the backboard on 2 goalies. How are you going to let that happen? How are you going to let that happen? They have tied it up. New York Kings have finally tied it up here in the second quarter, as we almost halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, and each time the Kings have gone down by a few goals, who is it that answers the call at the other end? Well, Al, 10 of the 14 points thus far, as you mentioned, being assisted certainly by his teammates. A lot of assists between the other 3 players, but now Al, the shot finisher here tonight, at least in the first half for the Kings.
And cruising patiently on the back line. That chain comes out aggressive. That's aggressive defense from the Kings, and it does not work out. The Freeze are able to capitalize on the open lanes that the Kings defensive setup there left open as they're playing so aggressive. That works out for them. They're up by 2 again.
There you go, answering the call in his own right. Between the scoring distribution on this side of the floor for the Freeze, also like what I'm seeing. Ender back to normal form. As I say that, look at that, a turnover. A really tough angle in the shot, but still creates an opportunity for the teammates. 8 points for Ender so far and 3 assists, but Fire Ninja with 4 points. Chocolate with 4 points as well. And Cruisin' manning that back line with a few saves. And still early yet, so yeah, they're in form. Full roster and full form.
No, this is rough. Oh, the stun there. How important are these stuns in the bubble as Chocolate finally gets a handle on it, sends it out, but in the hands of Al. As Lit is still well out of play. Lit only just returned. What a grab there. That was Ender. He gets it cleared out through that far side tube. They get a chain away. Open goal opportunity. No. Fire Ninja with it. Gets stunned out there on the far side. That was by, I believe that was Strembitsky.
Yeah.
And now sent out. Lit handling it here in his own zone. For the Free, sending it back through. They have a 3-man chain to pick that one up. Ender open goal, hits it for the 3. They're up by 5.
Ender's up to 11. Ender, I guess, it almost blended it, but double-digit scoring output for Ender. That time, another goal off a turnover, open goal. That time, a much, much more favorable angle compared to that last shot he had took a minute ago. So the results are all but a guarantee.
Ender now with enough points to be featured on the mockumentary. This is Spinal Tap. Pigeon sitting it down, but it will turn over. Fire Ninja.
I like it still.
It goes to 11. You ever heard the reference? It goes to but it goes to 11. You know, but you could change it to 10 and just adjust it. But yeah, but it goes to 11.
We'll say I gotcha. Yeah.
You never heard the reference?
10s and 11.
You got to see. It's a Rob Reiner film, actually. Oh, Jakey, what a grab!
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a look at the replay there too, but not only the grab, he had to grab it and then swing it all the way down from the bottom, presumably of the bottom of his floor, just about, and just wind it in for a nice semi fadeaway. So hey, that puts him right back within 2, didn't we?
Unbelievable. That was such a great play. That chain, oh my goodness. Are they going to get this turnover? They do. So they lose it there. Cruisin picks it up on the back line, still under pressure. Although they get in front of the defense here, defense does return. How aggressive are the New York Kings playing right now? And it's so dangerous because if they can't get back, the Freeze can absolutely. We've seen them do it already. The Freeze have capitalized on those open lanes before, and they're going to do it again right here off the backboard. No, it goes wide. Fire Ninja gets the second opportunity, does get it in for the 2. They are able to capitalize on those open lanes, but it did take a second chance. They are now up by 4 again.
Yeah, unfortunate for Fire Ninja, not only in the right place for the rebound, but also fortunate able to get the 15-meter second through that goalkeeper there. And I say that as if it's a bad thing, as someone who caps out 15 meters a second, which is the same me. That's my max speed pretty much. But yeah, the goalie was there, just kind of got an awkward what do you call it? A swing around the anchor, it seemed like. So miscalculated the grab, and because of that, pushed them ahead even more. Although the quick rebuttal from Green Pigeon, not even time to digest one play before you're back into the other in 15 seconds on that score.
Are you on the quest too?
I am on the quest too. But
are you
in my
using
defense,
latest sensor data, or are you using predictive?
No, hold on. In my defense, I shoot 15s. Okay, I'll give myself a little credit. 16 is probably where I actually cap. But I was always that way, even with CD1. I'm more about steady but assured.
Well, I could say when I was using predictive, I was capping out at 16. It was mostly 15, sometimes 16. And then when I turned on latest sensor data, immediate kick up 2 meters a second. I was hitting 18s.
Yeah. No, okay. So it's not the fact that I couldn't hit those higher numbers. It's that for me would not be very accurate. Unfortunately, I'm not an Oculus-sater, which shout out to him in the chat there. But
also,
not my speed. But anyway.
Also, shout out to Fire Ninja, who's having a ridiculously good game. He had a ridiculously good quarter there. 3 of their 5 goals coming from him. But as we have delayed for so long, we're going to go to a word from our sponsors, a couple words as we go into this halftime intermission. As Montreal Freeze are going into this one up by 4, 23-19. We will be back.
This flag isn't backwards. It's facing this way because it's moving forward. Just like the men and women who wear it on their uniforms. And the country it represents. They're all only meant to move one direction, which is why we fly it this way. On the flanks of the all-new Grand Wagoneer, moving boldly and unstoppably forward.
Power, agility, intelligence, speed. Turns out, we have a lot more than a name in common. The all-new Ram 1500 TRX, the fastest production off-road truck ever.
In March, springtime is Echo time. Come out and compete with the pros. Join in March 18th to the 20th of St. Louis, Missouri. The charity LAN event is being hosted at the Busch Stadium's exclusive Redbird Club. It's the heat. I highly recommend it if you have the means choice. This one-of-a-kind event is open to any and all Echo players, so don't miss your chance for some friendly competition with your peers, talk a whole lot of trash, and hang out and have fun in St. Louis while supporting a greater cause. Go to nepavrpro.com for more information. Before we get back into the game, we'll go to some quick highlights from Week 8. Ready up.
Cause my only crime was hoping there is something more than this loneliness I feel. But no one makes me feel less alive. We're fighting fire. fire. When two voices of nature collide, we're fighting fire. Can't help but feel the temperature rise. We're fighting fire, we're fire.
To the second half of our second match tonight, the Montreal Freeze looking to hand an L to the New York Kings. Coming in off the first half, we've seen the Montreal Freeze, I won't say dominate the game, but they've basically run the tempo game and owned it. They're coming in 23-19. Only a 4-point, that's math, right? 4-point game between the two teams, but Fire Ninja and Ender just having a great night, man. Both going off. Ender with 11 points, Fire Ninja of those 23 points, and looking to keep the New York Kings on their toes this entire time as they look to play for pride here and walk out of the regular season, taking down the number 2 team right now in the East. As I rejoin my friends out there in the booth, Palador.
Hello, hello.
Talking about what you guys are seeing here in the first half. You were saying Ender's name a lot, obviously, and then that Green Pigeon as well, doing some great work over there on the King side.
Yeah. For the Kings side, Green Pigeon 6-3 on the points and assists. Strembitsky unable to get scoring yet, which is unusual for him, but a couple of assists and the game high stuns in 21. But for them, between Jiggy having kind of a sneaky game with a 3, 2, and 2 and points, assists, and saves, very nice. But as I mentioned, he was the man for the Kings there. His teammates doing a great job to find him, but each time that there was a run put on by the Montreal Freeze, it was Al specifically who would then go on to score 2 or 3 in a row, it seemed like, to put them right back within reach. So something to certainly pay attention to, and someone to pay attention to if you're the defense here on the Freeze.
Dimwee, your words, sir. Use your words and tell me what you saw in the first half with words. Of your words.
One thing, the main difference between Montreal Freeze and the New York Kings in this game is if you look over their stat boards, everybody on the Montreal Freeze are contributing on the either points, assists, or saves. Shrem is a little lacking there on the side of the Kings. He's got 0 points, 0 saves, 2 assists, which are important. But when you look at the contributions on the Montreal Freeze, and it's only a 4-point game, that's basically the difference. So that's not to put it all on Shrem. It sounds like I put it all on Shrem.
No,
that's not my intent.
It should be. I need you to go on an Ender-like Strem rant right now. What does
Strem
need to do?
I actually felt a little bad. I felt like I went a little too hard on Ender last week. I felt a little bad about it. I'm trying to back off from going a little too hard. So I don't want to go too heavy on Strem, because he has been. I've seen him. He's been a part of a lot of turnovers, and that's one of those stats that we don't get to see. Is just the generic turnover stat, and I believe that's where his contribution has been. But I think when it comes to scoring, you've got to it's either you're preventing a goal with a save, or you're creating points with a goal or an assist. As that's a horrible that's a turnover there. Fired it. Oh, was looking for the one-timer there behind the goal. But it's just that's kind of where I'm seeing like the one big difference between the two teams. Otherwise, everybody's contributing in some way. Long shot there. It's off the barrier. Chocolate gets it picked up. But yeah, we're still scoreless. So a minute into this second half.
Well, the best way to make it even, that you're not concentrating on one person, is to pick another person to concentrate on and then go hard.
Well,
I'm just saying, you got to be equal opportunity hater.
No, that's what I'm saying. Oh, I don't hate that, though. Strembitsky, he answered the call. Wow, what a shot that dinged in from the bottom.
Strem's on the stream.
Strem, turn your stream off, man. Turn it off.
Look, I was just going to say, look, we know
that
Strem.
Was great. That was a paradigm shot, too. Did you see a wrist flick?
Yeah, it was a nice hit, and you don't see that kind of shot often from people who are not Paradigm or national agency. So, what a great hit that was.
Uh-oh, looking for an answer. Strembitsky again. Wow. Keep doing it, man. Keep doing it. Carry the team. As this one's loose on the near side trap. Jiggy with it. Does not have a lane there. They've got all four around the bubble. That's a 4v2. That is a goalie who is dead to rights, and the New York Kings have taken the lead.
Predicated on who? Coming alive here in the second half. Definitely Strem putting his stamp, his authority marked on the side of defense and on offense. Okay, so got the great three, caused the turnover, and that led to the immediate punish for his teammates on the other side. So nicely done by Strembitsky, who people know him as an offensive machine, but for those who've known him for his entire career, know that he started out, if nothing else, known as one of the great goalies in early Echo Arena. So, look, it starts with the defense, it turns to offense, Al turns into the goal after staring down the victim of the turnover. And
Three
they're
goals.
up now.
3 goals in a row here for the New York Kings. Now up by 3. It was a 3 from Shrem, a 2 from Pigeon, a 2 from Al. Also, Occulizator, you calm down, sir. I get just as excited when you do stuff too, okay? So you calm down. You take your turn. It's Strembitsky's turn right now. You'll get yours next week. As Cruiser
Sir Dimley carrying on stream right now. Let's go.
Oh my. Chocolate down to the floor. Ninja stopped by Shrem. That's another save, Occulizator. And Al sends that one out. It's going to be up into the hands of Pigeon. Pigeon hits it from long 21 meters out. Good for the 3. They're up by 6.
That's a messenger pigeon if I've ever seen one. And that messenger pigeon said, Strembitsky has arrived. And that note was from Dimwee.
Yes.
People still use messenger pigeons, right?
Yes, they do.
Or they,
maybe, yeah, they do. For I'm pretty sure. For, I mean, for fun, for fun, because it's like a thing. Shrem gets the turnover, pulls off the ender. Does he get the long shot? He sends it. No, he gives it off to Cruisin'. Just a friendly little VRML team back and forth there. Al's going to get it there at mid, as they are both on instinct. I'm pretty sure, right? No. Yes.
Yeah.
Strem to Jiggy. Into Pigeon. Stopped. That's Cruisin' getting that one stopped up, sent out. Ninja's in the goal, in fact, is lit. Picks that one up. Still a 6-point deficit in favor of the New York Kings. Halfway through this third quarter, we still have over 11 minutes to go. Excuse me as I do math. This Ender's going to juke around. Oh, no. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. Lit, though, is going to handle that one, turning it around.
Back to a discussion about these players, and it wasn't really intended that way, but between the Twitch chat and now in the game, is hold on, maybe a shot going down that lane. It's Cruisin' down the drain. In fact, 29, 25, back within 4. But yeah, between the Twitch and then the mix-up of players here, we've mentioned Strem, we mentioned Cruisin', of course Ender, and then Occulizator. Well, yeah, we did in fact name the VRML Kings from Season 4, and we just named the Instinct team for Season 5. These 4 players all looking to retain that championship glory from last season going into the new season of VRML in a few weeks.
Also notable, that goal from Cruisin', that too, was the Montreal Freeze's first goal in the second half as Jiggy, that shot off of the post, out of the bubble, 2.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Ninja over to Lit, looking for a long heave. Is that going to be on? Looks quite wide, flat, not even a flat bounce. Hit the edge of the launch tube there. When are we going to get that flattened? Actually, I don't think we should at this point. As a Chocolate looking for another one, he hits that one 26 meters out. Lit brings his team back within 1.
All right, there we go. Needed that to stop the bleeding a little bit, cauterize that wound, because certainly they were striking hot on that iron, on that goal for the Kings. So any points they can get are good. Any threes you can get, so much better. Worth so much more than just that one extra point itself, because those long shots are big momentum builders and confidence builders in a team who's falling behind.
Ender gets that turnover. Shrem gets it right back, sending it back to mid. Ender gets it back again. And sends that one across and hands to Ninja. They've got some players moving up. They did not have numbers. I almost said it, but I would have been wrong had I. Screws and sends that one up. Ender getting away from Shrem here. Chocolate sends it across. Wow. So Fire Ninja had his defender beat. That's why Lit is able to send that pass. Goalie gets a read on that, tries to come out the challenge. That leaves the goal wide open for Ninja. That was beautiful.
It was. And speaking of Instinct a moment ago. I always like to call that one the Instinct type play, in the sense that Instinct used to be a VRML team in the first season, preseason and first season of VRML. And they ran that very play so much that I just call it the Instinct play. A right cutter, a right entry from a QB into the left cross pass right in front of the goal. You give them no chance to accommodate or save the day. That's Green Vision makes way for that play.
Also notable that that goal from Fire Ninja put the Freeze back in the lead, and this one from Pigeon puts the Kings back in the lead. We also saw 3 unanswered. So start the quarter, we had 4 unanswered from the New York Kings, which put them in the lead. Then we had 3 unanswered from the Freeze, which puts them back in the lead. And then we get that one from there from Pigeon, put the Kings back in the lead by 1. Long shot, Jiggy goes wide. We go into the half here. At one point, we're going to have a nail biter all the way down to the end. I guarantee it. As Strem gets that one picked off. Less than 15 seconds to go here. Only time for one more goal. And there it is. Strem hits it for a 2, an 8-meter 2. As the New York Kings are going to go into this final intermission, up by 3, 33-30. With that, we're going to go to a quick word from our sponsors. We will be back. Do not go anywhere.
Okay.
Power, agility, intelligence, speed. Turns out, we have a lot more than a name in common. The all-new Ram 1500 GRX, the fastest production off-road truck ever.
Welcome back. And hey there, Echo friends. What are you doing on Friday night? I got an idea. You should tune in to Late Night with Ivan Thrive. Friday nights at 9:30 p.m. Central right here on NEPA TV. You never know who's going to stop by and visit us on Late Night VR, hosted by your man, Ivan Thrive. We get a little more personal with those special interviews, fun games, and more right here at twitch.tv/the NEPA TV. Come check it out. You never know who you're going to see. It's always some good words and some good insight into what's going on in the league. And taking us back to the game for the fourth quarter, this is it. It's a 3-point game. We're watching it go back and forth. The Freeze looking to hand the New York Kings an L rolling into the postseason. New York Kings back up by 3, but the Freeze not out of it. Right back to the booth, Palador and Dimwee. Talk to me about some Echo, boys.
I will. So I believe story of that third quarter, certainly as the Kings have a lead here and might even get some more points to go. So hold the thought for just a split second as Jiggy drives it home. But Sir Dimwee, Strambitsky, who just assisted Jiggy there, who start the third quarter, had 0 points, 2 assists, 0 saves, 21 stuns. As of right now, Strem is sitting now on 5 points, 3 assists. So got a couple of saves, a steal, and 29 stuns. So loosened up a little bit on the stun department and started filling up the stats in every other department now.
Uh-oh. That's a big turnover. Strambitsky gets it picked off, stun out, disc is loose. Who's going to get there? A slap from Jiggy keeps it loose, though Fire Ninja is ultimately going to get there first. Chain in there, they get this one turned over, Jiggy with it. Oh, that one's off of a friendly head. The Strambitsky's able to play it. Gets it back to Al. They're just going to offer this reset. 1 minute off the clock. The Kings still up by 5. As Jiggy sends this one in to Pigeon, looking to send it. Oh, that's a double ding. Keeps it out of the goal. Jiggy opts for the reset wisely. As at that point, they were kind of playing a little off balance, pressing a little too hard as Al pulls Chocolate out. Lit does not bite too hard, though, as he comes in, pressures Jiggy, sends it to Jiggy. Was that a shot? I think it was. I think he was looking for that top corner pocket. Al sends it back to Jiggy. Jiggy back to Al. Nice discipline here from the Kings. As they maintain possession, Al brings it in, hits it to the far side. And that's going to put the Kings up by 7.
Now, I'm not positive. Even looking at the replay here, I can't say for sure. Al was driving and I almost feel like he was eyeing that cross pass, but it feels like right at the last second, kind of held it there for a split extra second and decided, okay, never mind, I'm going to shoot that fast shot instead, realizing the lanes were starting to cut off a little bit. Just gave him that small head fake, bought them the goal. Nice move from Al.
Oh, Jiggy. Ooh, big turnover here, Kings. Possession again, Strem. Looking for a bounce shot. Actually, I think that was a 50-50 kind of a, we go back to intentions versus expectations. You know, bounces it in, intending for it to maybe go in, but if it doesn't, that chain was on its way in to pick it up. That's a long shot. Now will put it in himself, incidentally, it looks like. Was that off the head? Yeah, it was certainly not on purpose. Certainly not the accusation here. But it was a proper self-goal.
Unprecedented from an Al team too soon. Anyways, that is a great almost score from Chocolate. It might have been on and a near save, but you know things happen. Again, Al's been the clutch one, so I'm gonna dig myself out of that small hole I put myself
that was
on.
just...
Al's been clutch. Okay, he's been clutch.
Ooh, that's gonna be Ender with a clutch stop there. His team currently down by 5, sends it through the tube though. We'll be out. No, Cruising, look at the empty goal, sends it. Granny shot underhand, gets it for the 3. Puts his team back within 2.
Now look, when you say Granny shot, it's a great shot. Just to clarify, yes, great shot.
Oh, it's a great shot. I'm on, because it's the underhand. You know, honestly, a Granny shot in Echo isn't even an underhanded shot. It's one where you push it away from your chest. So I need to stop saying that, honestly.
Just clarify.
Thank you for calling me out. Maybe that'll put it in my
shot,
brain.
You know, has this connotation, but you know what? It works.
Oh no, lit. Montreal Freeze have retaken the lead. They are up by 1 halfway through the 4th quarter.
Oof. Well, let me tell you, I was worried you might have Caster's Curse it a little bit, but so far, look at this. I mean, these teams are just trading run for run, it seems like. With the thing I like about it is it's different players throughout all of the quarters, right? It's when you look at the scoreboard, you've got so far 5 different players across these teams in double-digit scoring at the moment. So it's really a nice distribution of runs predicated on certain individuals depending on the time.
And it really is runs. Well, the first quarter, you had teams are scoring in 2s, batches of 2s. 2 for one, 2 for the other team. 2 for one team. Jiggy gets that one in. Puts the Kings back up by 1 as we are exactly halfway through. But then the second quarter, it was alternating 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 1 for 1. There was one point 2 goals got scored in a row, but otherwise it was like 1 for 1. Then the third quarter, four unanswered goals on one side, 3 unanswered goals on the other side. And that was as we go to the intermission, we have 3 unanswered goals on the other side, and now 3 unanswered goals here from it was from Montreal, but then the New York Kings just got another one. To put them up by 1. So honestly, if we keep up this trend here, the New York Kings should be getting the next 2 goals as they do get that one turned over. Cruising sends it back in, though the send-in is not good. Their chain is not able to recover. It will be Strimbitsky getting there again. He is all over the place as Pigeon sends that one down and in. Does he have the angle? No. Goes wide. They have the chain in? No. Pigeon gets stunned out. It will be Lit getting there, flinging it back to mid. 3 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. New York Kings are only up by 1 as Strem sends that one in. Bounce is not favorable. Pigeon it somehow gets there first, but sent out. Headbutt. Jiggy with the pickup, and then the send back. Nice reset there to Strem, as somebody was probably screaming for that reset. As Strem now on the back line. Less than 3 minutes to go here. Still a 1-point lead. Strem to Pigeon. Pigeon juking around. Sends that one into Jiggy. Jiggy back to Pigeon. Fumbles it. Gets it back down to the floor. Good read there by Cruisin, who gets it cleared.
Oh man, I was hoping for a score there purely to reward what Pigeon was doing in that play. A lot of smart, subtle things he was doing, both positionally and just on the quick thinking end of things.
Open goal.
And open goal denied. So not open, but it will be the second time around. Al saying, "I'll take this, and I'll take this 3 points lead with only 2 minutes left in the final quarter of this match."
So according to the trend, we get 1 more goal from the New York Kings, and then it's time for the Montreal Freezes to get their run. It's a 3-point lead here to the Kings. Freeze coming out on this Joust advantage. Can they break the trend? Are they going to be trend setters? Let's find out as Cruisin sends it in the near side tube. Looking like a turnover it is. Strembitsky with it there, has Al on his back. They're going to dribble after this one. They give it away to Cruisin. Cruisin sending it back to mid. Will be picked up there by Fire Ninja. Fire Ninja and Chocolate boosting out, but they do have a lead share. That was Pigeon. His disc is loose on the near side. Ender gets it picked up. Ender sending that one up and in. Into the hands of Lit. Lit, bring it in. One more pass. Oh, the big stop. I don't know how. Was that a headbutt? Was it a chest butt? What? How did that get stopped? I have no idea. But Cruisin over to Ninja. Ninja bringing it in again. Strimbitsky gets it picked off. 1 minute, 20 seconds on the clock. The Kings are turning it around. They are up by 3. Strem sends that one out into the hands of Jiggy. Jiggy, long shot. Oh, it's going to be picked up by Pigeon, and he gets his sure points. The Kings are up by 5 with 1 minute to go.
What a spurt there of energy, of action, of defense, and then traction to the other side. Will be Green Pigeon now putting them up by a couple goals. 1 minute and less than that, in fact, as we wind down this round. So any momentum now, any run, any final run will have to be put now. Oh, no. But Fire Ninja will recover with even some time to spare, but gives it right back to Jiggy. And the miscalculation, the mental errors perhaps, will result in the potential probable ice.
Yep.
Green Pigeon. Ooh, after all of that, that is the way you did not expect the last minute to end. Wow.
No, it was their turn to score. The Kings got 3 in a row, and so it was the Freeze's turn to score, and they end up they scuff the launch there and give Kings 4 in a row to ice it. So waiting on we only have time for one more goal, waiting on a final score here, but the Kings have clinched this victory here. They're going to be in a fantastic position, take second place to end the season, although we have to wait for one more game before we can finalize that claim. There you go. End of the game here, 45-38 in favor of the New York Kings. This was a phenomenal game here between these two teams. Both of them really fighting for it.
Yeah, can't ask for anything better. Down to the last minute, just unfortunate errors on that launch. Really, that was the sole thing that denied a potential, close, tight finish. Turned the 2-goal game into a 3-goal game. But hey, 31 out of 32 minutes being that close and competitive, beautiful. Love it.
Beautiful indeed. As we get our final team stats brought to you by iHeartRadio. There you go. Saves 14-8 in favor of the Freeze. That is notable. Stuns about equal though. Possession about equal. And I'm honest to goodness, this is kind of like the game earlier. Though the game earlier was easier to call just because of the standout goals from Sweet Tooth. But in this one, I'm gonna be honest. I do not know how to call this one. I mean, even if I was going to go by pure stats, like they're so close to equal. I honestly, I kind of just want to give everybody MVP in this one.
Not allowed. Make your decision, sir.
I don't know if I can. I might be stuck here. We might be stuck here all night. Palador, you go first. I want to hear what you have to say.
Oh boy, it equally tough. The thing is, as I alluded to before, is the fact. Look, we were just a couple goals away from potentially having 4, 5, 6 out of the 8 players, maybe even 7, with double-digit points. That is a huge stat to make. I mean, again, the runs were answered by so many people. I suppose for me, especially given the win on the side of the Kings, I will call Strem the second half MVP, I would say, but I'd say overall, I will give it, and it's tough. It is very tough, but I'll give the narrow edge there to Al, based on him being able, both in the beginning of the first half and then early on in either the second or third quarter, basically both times where the Kings needed runs to actually stay alive and not go down by potentially double digits, eating 3+ goals in a row. Al was the one who answered that call and made goal after goal after goal to put them back within, 2, 3, 4 points. That's it. It's arguable because Green Pigeon had a nasty game himself, so not denying that. And Jiggy as well. I mean, like I said, big stats all around. But as far as that, MVP to me will be Al. Spotlight for me, I'll put it back on Ender. I know they lost the match here, but Ender, that is a true return to form with 11, 3, 3, and 37 in points, assists, saves, and stuns. A full-on stat line across the board. Just showing that when Ender's at his full potential, he is a handful and a half to deal with.
So
Dimly, your time is up, sir. Make a
here's
decision.
The thing. I was watching chat. Chat's gonna know if chat was in here going, no, so and so, I would have gone with chat. But chat just decided they didn't want to pick anybody tonight. So I'm just gonna agree. Well, I'm gonna agree on MVP with Palador, Al for MVP. And then, it's same as Spotlight, Ender. I'm gonna agree on both counts. I honestly, because I could pick anybody in this game. I really could. This is too good. Both these teams played so immaculately well. I think Palador had a great argument though for Al. I was thinking about Al at one point because particularly early on, he was just kind of on those runs. He was always there when he needed to be. So I think I'm just gonna agree tonight.
I was hoping
at least
to
for this
Pigeon.
one.
I was hoping you'd say pigeon just to
I
make me feel
thought
a little
about it.
less
I
bad
did
for
think
not
about
liking
it.
pigeon.
Way to
I
just
did,
buckle,
I did think
dude.
about it,
Way
but
to just buckle.
no.
You could have been your own man. Could have been your own man.
I'll
But
get
you
you.
caved.
We still have one more game. I'll get you in the next one.
That's fair. So there you have it. Congrats to Al. And I was going to give it to Endurance after the beating he took for you in the cast last time. So he deserves it. He deserves a little bit of street cred for playing and just letting you beat up on him. You know what? He did an outstanding job tonight. I don't know which headset he was back on, but obviously, like you said, Ender, true return to form, and then Al just making it happen. And Al with the, just was in general because Al had that taunt, and then he backed it up because I was like, ooh, we were watching in the chat. So somebody in the chat was like, ooh, if they lose after that, it's going to be dicey. But good on them. They backed it up and came out with the W. So congrats to the Kings. Also, congrats to the Montreal Freeze for just putting on an outstanding play against the New York Kings going into the postseason. And with before we leave, don't forget, we've still got the Laser Sharks versus Destroyers coming up next, but we're going to go into a quick interview with Cruisin from the Montreal Freeze and have a quick chat with him. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get that set up here right now.
What's going on? I'm doing all right. Could be better.
Yeah, obviously.
You know.
And thanks for joining us. But dude, I mean, great game. And the back and forth, you guys controlled really probably, I think it was the first 3 quarters, about first 2.5 quarters of the game. And I know the Kings were getting nervous because you guys were back and forth there and holding on to that lead. And I know there was a lot of 3 goals and 3 goals. You guys rewatched the stream. We were keeping track of you guys trading possessions, but outstanding job to the Freeze tonight, just coming in and really putting their game face and their business face on tonight against the Kings. Talk to me about what you guys saw from inside the arena.
I mean, it was a good game. It was definitely a better game than when we played them last time. I remember leaving that last game, the last time we played them, I can't remember what the score was, but it definitely didn't feel as good as this loss, if that makes any sense. We definitely did a little bit better than we did last time. Inside the arena, I mean, we were just running plays and they were running plays, and we were both hitting 3-pointers, it felt like, which kind of my job to stop the 3-pointers, which I was trying my best, but they kept going by. So, they ended up coming out on top, but, better off to them. I think they're going to play the playoffs.
Yep. They are going in to the playoffs number 2, and depending on kind of what happens at the second half of this week. But yeah, that was one of the big things we were talking about there in the stream, was just that both teams were firing on all cylinders tonight, and it was some very, very tight and very well coordinated play from both the teams. And you guys really came out with your play and your strategy and your mechanics together, and it was enjoyable to watch, man.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys for putting it all on.
Dude, any party word? Are you gonna see you guys in VRML?
I mean, well, not this team, but you'll see us in Vermal for sure. And my parting word is we can't let Cyclones win. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, perfect. The mob is banded together to take down. Hey man, I'd love to see Mississippi State hand Alabama a loss. So
exactly,
I'm super excited. Real quick before you go, dude, are you going to the LAN event?
The one in St. Louis, I will be there, of course.
Perfect.
100%.
All right, sweet. Guilt trip, everybody. We got to get everybody there. It's going to be a blast. Thanks for joining us, man. Have a good rest of the night. We'll see you in the chat for the last game.
All right. Have a good one. Later.
See you, Cruisin'.
See you.
And don't go anywhere. We're going to go to the countdown to the next stream. We'll be right back with the final match of the night. And strap in, ready up. It's going to be awesome. We'll be right back after a quick break. Oh, hey there, Echo units. Welcome back. We are back for the last match of the night. You guys like that? That's my sultry voice. Go and remember that. It's going to be back in your mind for at least a week.
Yes.
We are back for the last matchup of the night. Hang with us. We're working some server issues right now. And as we get everybody set up and into the arena, we just had one server swap, and we're working on getting everybody in the second one here. In the meantime, we've got coming up tonight, we've got the Laser Sharks in third place in the West, but playing to secure second with Jay Walker, Andy W of the W Twins, Venom, Meatballer, and Thunderfoot against the Destroyers, looking to, again, hand the Laser Sharks an L here rolling into the postseason with Loveridge, Zenith, Kaznaz, Big Bot, and Isolate. Laser Sharks coming off a real high, off of beating the Orlando Cyclones a couple weeks prior to this week, and then again beating the St. Louis Hustle last week in the battle to secure a spot in the playoffs. So we'll see. They've seemed to found their mojo here at the end of the season. No time like the last minute rolling in the playoffs, and then the Destroyers coming in as well. Let's see what their last game was, but welcome back as well to Palador and Dimwee. We're also up here on the chat. We're going to fill your ear with some filler, as you will, while we get everybody set up in the new server. And it sounds like we're switching servers one more time because, dude, that's how good this match is going to be. We're just going to draw it out, and we want the suspense to build, and then we're just going to give you magic for your Wednesday night. You're welcome, by the way.
You heard it here first, and if that doesn't deliver, well, you know who to nail.
I plan to blame Dimwee.
It's nights like tonight. It's nights like tonight that I think the teams should be grateful that we haven't gotten God voice yet.
Oh yeah. Dimwee is just ready to. If their button existed, they would hear that arena would be so full of bass right now. Don't understand.
Oh yeah.
Attention, players. I won't go on the actual rant though.
Yes?
I won't do that to the viewers. They don't need to. They don't need to hear it.
You know, the
viewers don't need to hear it. The players need to hear it, but the viewers don't.
All right, but we are. I think about to start now. We are all on the same page on the same server, and I will say for these two teams, it's kind of interesting. So you look at the Laser Sharks here. They had kind of a wild season, I feel like, ending up where they are now, 5-3 after some roster changes and really just trying to figure out their cohesion in those early weeks. They were really able to bounce back into what is a very positive record, securing a playoff spot now. I mean, I've been impressed with what they've been able to do to turn this around in quick succession with a couple new players, as I said.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like Laser Sharks, very beginning of the season, we're working hard to kind of get their chemistry together there, I think, as a team, flesh out the plays and the mechanics, and rolling in. Like, everybody was obviously very hopeful, all the Laser Sharks fans, but they really struggled kind of out the gate at the beginning of the season, and then all of a sudden something clicked, and now they are on the run. The only team in this entire league to beat the Orlando Cyclones. Only. Dimwee. I'm surprised and impressed by that while I bask in my impressment. Tell us what you think about tonight's game.
I agree with Splice Knight, who says I would love to see this go long just for the thrill of it. I agree. I would love to see that. I would love to see the Los Angeles Destroyers in their last game of the season put up a ridiculous fight. The kind of fight where every time the Florida Laser Sharks get a lead, the Destroyers come back and match them every single time. You know what I mean? That kind of fight where they just will not let go. They will not let the season end. They'll draw it into overtime, and then what you'll see in overtime is Laser Sharks holding on to possession, Destroyers defense shutting him down. That's what it'll be. The Destroyers will hang on. They will refuse to let go of the season. They don't want it to end. They're having too much fun, Mom. That's how it's going to happen. We're going into triple overtime. I shouldn't say that. That's too specific, but it's going to be great.
Heard it here first.
Yeah, you said it. Can't take it back, dude.
That's reminiscent of what we just saw with the Montreal Freeze, right? And the New York Kings where it's just one run was answered by another run, and suddenly you'd have a close game to the end. But absolutely, you know, I expect for this team here and Los Angeles Destroyers, even though they are just a little bit out of those playoff brackets now, this is still a team who will play hard. They're playing to win. I was mentioning just before we got started in this match, any team with leverage on it is a team, you know, that from the top down loves to play. You know, leverage, if it was up to him, I guarantee you, if it's up to leverage knowing him, he would be playing and scrimmaging every single day of the week, whether it was for a NEPA team or VRML team. He would be playing every day if he could. He's always one of the last out in the arena. He will go the extra set if everyone else is willing.
So he's the Yammer Yarger of Echo Arena. Somebody, nobody.
What now?
That is way too. I'm sorry, that was too much of a deep cut.
The Gob-Go.
Yarmer Yager. He's a hockey. He's a hockey player.
Okay. Way back in the day, dude.
Well, not way back. He played until he was like 50. Like he was one of the old. When he retired from the NHL, he continued to play up in the Czech Republic in his own league. As this is going to be Jay Walker on the far side, getting that one picked off. We're still scoreless here, almost a minute off. Good chain there. We finally going to get our first goal. No. As Andy, oh no, that's 2 in a row there. That was going to go wide. And picked up by Loveridge. Looking to send it up, and instead gives it away to Jay Walker. We are in this game. As Andy, is he going to get the third? He does. There it is. Gets it in. Florida Laser Sharks take the first lead just over a minute in.
Hey, third server's the charm, and third shot attempt is the charm there. Andy getting it to go. You know, normally I would say those things are just the result of the opening quarter feeling out process that we see from time. Well, actually, oftentimes. But in this case, because of those switches between servers and whatnot, I would say as much as anything, you know, that's gonna disrupt the rhythm of any team when you have to go out of that game, you know, game time mindset.
Oh, if they could have stayed in possession, that was some beautiful movements there from the Destroyers for a moment. This one does make its way out. They get a good chain. Too many leeches. Oh, Leech gets the hand on it first, sending it across to the far side. Jay Walker with it down to the floor. Misplay, miscommunication. Loveridge open goal, hits it. Los Angeles Destroyers take their first lead of the game. 2 minutes in, up by 1.
And there's a guy I was just talking about a minute ago, Loveridge, the captain here. He was the final pick of the first round of the Pro Series draft just a few months ago. And leading the way, leading the charge, well, with the first charge into the first 3 for his team. And even almost causing a turnover there with some nice stacks up and down the floor, managing to keep that connection.
Meatballer with it, sending it across the Venom. Venom into the tube there, far side. I realize now it's the first time I said either Meatballer or Venom's names in this game. As Loveridge sends that one through. Caslin, as ever shoots it, disc is loose in the near side trap. Will be Andy W getting there first. Andy Wa, as he likes to be called. Jay Walker sitting out with Andy. He's looking for a bounce shot. Picked up there. Meatball will get it in for the 2. The Laser Sharks will retake the lead, up by 1-4-3.
And Meatballer dropping in from Twitch chat now into the game time scene. Meatballer, the newest addition here to this Laser Sharks roster as of a few weeks back, and certainly one of the most powerful pickups you could hope to get here in the mid-season. He's definitely helped pave the way for the success and the playoff hopes for this Laser Shark team.
That's a big turnover here for the Laser Sharks. Although Zenith gets that one broken up down to the floor. Loveridge trying to get there. No, not quite. Jay Walker instead. Loveridge thought he had it. He even threw the arm out, thinking he was getting that toss off, but not. Andy W. looking at Jay. No, he's going to juke his way behind the goal. Gets it in. Little Laser Sharks take a 3-point lead here halfway through the first quarter.
You know, the side of that backboard, or some players call it the clock, but the side of that backboard area, left or right, where has to be the most difficult place to defend from when you're inside the goal or near it, because it's such a pick your poison situation. You know, you dive, you get juke, you stay in, you might get the disc powered through you in a sense.
Oh wow,
it's tough.
Meatballer big pick off. Oh, the shot off of the boot. And Jay Walker picks it up. You know, but it feels like it shouldn't be. It feels like the backside, because you know what I mean. There is no. You know what I mean? There's no, everything is, basically it's because everything behind the net's a dunk, basically. I mean, that's what it is. And in dunk meta, you know, we need to get out of dunk meta, Rad. Please, Zenith, far side toss. I'm not going to start. I really want to pull out my.
I
my
like
soapbox,
dunk
but-
meta. 3 points for me. Boy, do I need them.
And Zenith, leverage. Ooh. I just, the game is already so heavily skewed for offense, to give them an advantage with the dunk meta. Anyways, big bot. Don't get me, please. Come on. There's a game going on. Leverage. Walking it up.
I just want to get a rise out of you and see what you say.
It's too easy to do. Sir Derail, at your service. Jaywalker sending us one out. Ooh. Meatballer gets it, has 2 in the bubble, sends it back to Jaywalker. Zenith applying the back line. Excuse me. Andy W. heaves down to Venom. Oh, big stop in the goal there. Who was that? Kaznaz. As Meatballer gets it back, sends it across. Andy W. Stop there again, Kaznaz. As Jaywalker, one more, gets that one in on the stunned out Kaznaz. Was that Kaznaz? Was I calling that right?
Yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say that's the only reason it wasn't saved. I feel like Kaznaz, the Kaznazzy one, as we call him, or at least as I do, inside the goal. The only, not even assured way, the only good chance you have of getting it through his hands, especially when they're shot from a few meters out, is if you stun him. Even then, he still might get it.
Alkalizator in chat saying dunk meta is cringe. Of all the people.
Well, now. I'm going to defend Uck here a little bit. He plays heavily inside the 2-point zone for the most part, but I wouldn't call him dunks, as that is off nearly dead center. He's more so of dunk it, but he'll gladly go out of his way to just 2-point fling it in your face, basically, knowing there's nothing you can do about it.
A dunk versus a 1 meter toss. A distinction without a difference. What do you mean? What am I talking about? That's like your thing is your drive in the bubble. That's your thing, is driving it to the goal, is walking it. That is what you are known for. What do you mean, what am I talking about?
Okay,
what I'm talking about is of all the people to benefit from the dunk meta, Alkalizator is probably the biggest one.
Oh dear. Let's see, we're making enemies of all of Instinct here, at least Dimwee is.
No, this is just analysis. This is not accusatory. I'm just animated because I'm an animated individual. Meatballer gets a big pick off there.
All right, well, I think my official label here is analyst, and I will defend this a little here. Hold on, it will be a swing around by Jaywalker, taking it for a aforementioned dunk. But see, there's a difference, okay? When we talk dunk meta, all right? Huge difference between, say, a 1 to 3 meter shot and an anchored to the goalpost slam, a dunk, a proper dunk, a sealable slam, okay?
In the current state of the game, I'm going to have to disagree so hard on that point.
No, but the former, I still see saved at least some of the time. The latter, I see saved 1 in maybe 20 or 30 times. There's a difference.
I'm going to agree to disagree and see to send someone across far side. Let's get back to the game. There's a game going on. You know what? I'm in a mood today. Me and Sports, as Kaz is going to get a really important goal there for the Destroyers. Gets it in for the 2. Brings his team back within 5. As we look to close out this first quarter, 10-5 in favor of the Laser Sharks. Just to finish that thought, me and Sports went at it earlier. We went for so long. We just tired each other out. Nobody won anything. Nobody gave up any ground. It was just like the exercise of it. But with that said, we'll be back in just a few moments after a quick word from our sponsors. We will be right back with a bunch more awesome Echo Arena and discussion of it.
This flag isn't backwards. It's facing this way because it's moving forward. Just like the men and women who wear it on their uniforms and the country it represents. They're all only meant to move one direction, which is why we fly it this way. On the flanks of the all-new Grand Wagoneer, moving boldly and unstoppably forward.
What up? Don't forget to join us on Saturday, January 8th, as we finish out week 9 of the regular season in NEPA Pro Series. Catch all the action right here on our Twitch channel, the NEPA TV. Coming up this Saturday, we've got the Chicago Wizards versus the Orlando Cyclones, Austin Burners versus the Denver Raptors, and the Dallas Knights versus the Nashville Legends. You can only catch those right here on NEPA TV. For more information on the teams, follow NEPA TV on social media or visit nepavrpro.com. Getting right back into the action with the Laser Sharks looking to put the Destroyers away, and the Destroyers hanging on the 5-point difference. Back to the booth with the boys doing booth things. Mostly Dimwee getting upset. Back to you, Dimly.
Well, did we? Let's dunk right back into this, shall we?
Oh my goodness. As that's going to be a first touch of the Destroyers, where they turn it right over. Meatballer had it, and it's going to be a slap there. I think Venom going to give it away to Lovers. Lovers sending it back in off of the root. Big bot. And Andy W sends it down. Flat bounce. Those are dangerous. That's not why. Meatballer hits it for the 3. They're going to go up by 8.
Man, held on to it a little too long. Maybe some late comms coming in. But either way, Meatballer happy to take that off the dinner plate of the opposing squad, and will score, in fact, for the Laser Sharks here to open things up.
Yeah, just under a minute. Leverage, walking it up. It's Zenith. Zenith, we are due for our Zenith goal this game so far. He has yet to score that. You know what I'm talking about, Haldor.
Not just the goal. It's what happens before the goal. the move he does right before.
Yep. It's always something spectacular. Yeah, there's always one. It's always amazing. And we always look forward to it. Also, shout out to Zen Mom as Meatballer gets a free one there. Gets that one in for the 2. They go up by 10. And shout out to all the moms, all the Echo moms out there who might be watching right now.
Easy.
I was
Dimway, not the place or time.
No, no. Honestly, goodness, it's one of those things. When we went to LAN, when we were at that first LAN back last summer, it never occurred because of I'm just like I'm just myself. It's just me. You know what I mean? When Echo, everything, my life is just me. Right. Whereas, when I went to the LAN, I wasn't expecting, and I should have, but I wasn't expecting all the parents.
One of the parts where I'm supposed to interrupt you.
No, it was wholesome. It was wholesome, right. And I thought it was a great thing that I should call out more often. Thank the parents, because the parents, when you're a teenager, your parents are going to be much more a part of something like this, especially if you're playing at this level. Your parents are going to have much more to do with it, generally speaking. Of course, not always. So just to shout them out, as there's a lot of very supportive parents that we see in the chat all the time. Zen Mom, one of them. We have SG Skeptic, another one, although that's Ender's grandmother. Swag Wars parents have been active lately. So many parents. I know all the Ignite parents watch all the time as Leverage gets another one, bringing the team back with an 8. So I just want to shout them all out. Anyways.
Well, you know what? That was apparent. In any case, shout out to all of them. You know what? I'll for give me 10 seconds. I'll agree with you, because one thing I do think is cool that I wish was a thing when I was like a child/teen. I feel like with VR now, maybe the younger folk Echo will disagree. I feel like it's almost a cool thing. Like I wish my parents were into it just as much as I was gaming and such. I don't know. We're going on a tangent here, Dimly. My point, though, multi-generational, all that good stuff. Dig, and we're back into the game. 17-7, as they have indeed found themselves in a pit here on the side of the Destroyers, down 10.
Yeah, down 10. That one from Meatballer. And we're not even halfway through the second quarter. Not good. That pass is not good. Lovers looking to track it down. There, far side. Do you hear that? Big bot. Sending it up. Flat bounce. Who's going to get there? That's almost why they're dangerous. Andy W gets that one sent out of the bubble. Back to the far side trap.
Yeah, almost kind of mimicking that Ender slap shot we saw earlier on. Just not quite the same results. It was close. Speaking of Ender, we'll put in the block off of that. Put in Ender move, the swing, and the miss, though. Meatballer was trying to anchor off the player for the grab. So, yeah, down 10 points thus far. Meatballer with 9 of those 17 points, really putting in a heavy-handed effort, and not a 0 on the board for Meatballer. Actually has stats everywhere right now.
Of course he does. Ivan in chat says, is it me or is Meatballer popping off? Sir, Meatballer's been popping off non-stop since he joined the Laser Sharks, to be honest.
Who's sorry?
Jaywalker. Ever since they brought him in, Jaywalker over to Venom. Venom hits it, puts his team up by 12. Laser Sharks so really starting to run away with this, as we are now over halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, with that laser pass as well, a series of them. Just very efficient. Look at that. The player's not holding on to for more than a second or so, and just immediately redirecting into their next pass where they already know their teammate is, and able to take advantage of that defense, which was well out of the bubble besides the goalkeeper.
We have seen quite a few of these Destroyers off the last several jousts here where they send one to mid and it comes right back into their zone. It's just a bounce off that wall there. They've got to get over that. I don't know what's causing it. I don't know how they fix it, but they have to fix it. It's Edith. He was looking for it. He almost got it, but not quite. Someone gets sent out there. Venom with it far side, looking for a clear. Has 2 down. There is a blue chain there looking to chase down this clear, and they do. It will be turned over there. Zenith with it again.
Well, he had a couple of dazzling moves in there that might have been a highlight, one of those weekly highlights we see from him, but not the case this time around. But that said, not too late to make something happen, as it does awkwardly bowl down the field. But this is just going to be a flat bounce, Dibley. And whatever the Laser Sharks, or excuse me, the Destroyers could get, 2-pointer, 3-pointer, otherwise, they just need something because they've been in a bit of a drought here for a while.
Going to headbutt there. Who was that? I think I still didn't catch it, even on the stream there, but it's going to be Jaywalker with it, far side, bringing it in. Goalie doesn't get stunned, but may as well have been as Venom came in on it. Jaywalker hits it for the 3. That's a 15-point lead with 2 minutes to go in the half.
And 22 points in 6 minutes of action so far across this round. Or excuse me, across these 2 rounds, but 22 points in the half, and to be holding a team under single digits at the halfway mark. I know we still have 1:47 left, but to be holding a team to less than double digits after this much time, and especially a team like the Destroyers, you don't necessarily expect it, but it is a testament to just how well they've been doing across these recent weeks for Florida.
Gaz was looking to walk that one. Oh, the giveaway, Zenith. That was a beautiful goal. That wasn't the one, but that was a beautiful goal. Zenith bringing the team back within 12 off of that one. Just over a minute to go in the half. That was nice.
Oh, it was. Just that quick turnover and the quickest reaction. Had no momentum. And honestly, for those who who haven't played Echo, which I know in this stream, it's going to be a few of you. A lot of you guys love Echo, you know the game, but those zero momentum shots are actually very tough to take. They kind of mess with your mind a little bit.
Big Bot, he was looking for a shot there. Absolutely, he was looking for a shot as Edith gets it picked off. As Big Bot hunting, I'm pretty sure he's still hunting his first points. He's been a little absent in this game. His leverage gets that one in for it too. Big Bot one to typically score in this game, so I would expect him to get some points on it. He's the only player in the game, the only active player in the game, not including Isolated Thunderfoot, to not have points yet. Everyone else with points on the board.
Yeah, he'll get there for sure. Maybe a slower start for him. But
Absolutely, he will.
Big Bot, he's shown again, time and time again. I mean, he can get like I said, all these players can get the job done. It's just when you're surrounded by nothing but all-stars and certain stars are popping off. Sometimes one's going to be left out for a round or two, but he'll feast. Don't worry about him. He'll feast.
Someone asked me who I thought would be good for the NEPA All-Star game.
Jeez.
Andy W hits that one for a 3 to put his team up by 13. My vote was for Ignite versus Instinct, as we're going to go into our halftime. Give it a second. It'll sink in. 13-point deficits in favor of the Florida Laser Sharks. We're going to go to a few words from our sponsors. We will be back with some stuff.
Hold on a minute. Did we hear that right? Dodge is making an electric car?
We're talking hypothetical, right?
Surely you jest. Dodge? You mean the people who devised the legendary 426 Hemi that sunk it into a sublime missile? You mean the Dodge that created the Hellcat Red Eye and the most powerful muscle car in the world? Makers of the 840 horsepower wheel-standing Demon? Why on God's green earth would Dodge ever build an electric car? Anybody? Any thoughts out there? Hello?
Access the largest motorsports inventory in America. We're authorized dealers for Can-Am, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, and more. Get the best deals these brands have to offer. Browse through our inventory to find exactly what you're looking for.
Hey, everybody in the chat. What are you guys doing March 18th to the 20th? Doesn't matter. The correct answer is you're going to come and compete with the pros at St. Louis, Missouri for the Charity Land event. It's hosted at the Busch Stadium's exclusive Redbird Club. This one-of-a-kind event is open to any and all Echo Arena players, so don't miss your chance to come out for some friendly competition, talk a whole lot of trash with your peers while supporting a greater cause. Go to nepavrpro.com for more information. Get your team together. Talk to everybody you know. And come on out to the VIP service out there at the Redbird Club in Busch Stadium. Thanks for joining us tonight and getting back into the second half of this game. We're going to get some quick highlights out of Week 8. We'll be right back.
Cause my only crime was hoping there is something more than this loneliness I feel. But no one makes me feel less alive. We're fighting fire. The way you push my buttons just right. We're fighting fire. When two voices of nature collide. We're fighting fire. Can't help but feel the temperature rise. We're fighting fire. We're fire.
The business as we start off Week 9, the last match of the night, the Laser Sharks versus the Destroyers, and we are back with the Laser Sharks taking a commanding lead over the Destroyers, 25-12, and they are continuing the streak they've had over the last 2 games that they have just been firing on all cylinders, and they're coming out tonight, proving it yet again with points across the board. With 3 players in double-digit points, Jay Walker, Andy W., and Meatballer just popping off already at 18 points. Sorry, Venom, I didn't mean to sell you short, buddy. 4 players across the team, all scoring for the Laser Sharks. And then 3 players over there on Destroyers, but not quite enough. Only 1 player with double digits. The big things we've been seeing tonight, I mean, just looking at the Laser Sharks, they're doing everything right. They're where they need to be. Their placement's good. They're breaking up the plays. They're catching the Destroyers in transition, and the Destroyers are moving the disc, but they just can't quite convert as they're getting down inside the bubble. Sometimes they're getting stopped before they even get there. Fellas in the booth, what are you guys seeing any different?
Well, first, small clarification. I think on our stream site, our stats did get doubled up. But just cut the points in half, and you still got some impressive numbers, especially for a half as a thing.
Yeah, that would make sense for the math. Yeah, that's a good catch there.
Their per 32 numbers currently are very nice.
Guess what, buddy? I read what's on the teleprompter. So if you're going to put it up there, make sure it's right because I'm going to read it.
Or else, as we agreed, we blame Dimwee, right?
Yeah, Dimwee, it's your fault.
Dang it, Dimwee.
Yes.
What do you got to say?
Well, one, I can forgive Nails for forgetting about Venom because we all forget about Venom. But if you have not forgotten, Venom has a YouTube channel. Go subscribe, Venom XVR on YouTube. It's one of the most popular yet in Echo. Although he has some competition now coming up, so go give him a subscribe, and everybody else who's on YouTube.
I see what you did there, Dimwee. You did the sour patch. You know, first you were sour, then you were sweet. I get it. I get it. All right, second half.
You can throw shade when immediately after is a favor as leverage. Oh, look for a backboard shot. Jay Walker off of the wall. Is that gonna get? No, it's quite wide. And of course, we never forgot about Venom. He was our captain. Everything that happened through Venom. As Andy's gonna hit the first hole of the second half, putting his team up by 15 points.
Yeah. Andy W. Almost at double now, double digits. W. 9 points there on the hole so far, but yeah, assists, saves, stuns, you name it. Again, there's a lot of big stats being put up, and really it's just, I know it's still early yet in the second half, but we do need to see some signs of life from the Destroyers here if they want to make a comeback into the later parts of this match. Still a lot of time to do it, but it starts now.
Law, I'm gonna tell you, there's one thing you cannot accuse Meatballer of doing here in the NEPA Pro Series, and that's not showing up, as he has been for all the games he's been playing with this team. To scoop away, though. Laser Sharks trying to get that one. Cass had it, but it will be Meatballer sending it out. Bounce, that was only maybe an inch away. As Venom is going to get it picked off, sent in. That's a ding off the post. That's 2. Are they gonna get the charm here? So Jaywalker sends it in. Venom near side. One more pass there. Meatballer brings it in. No stop by Lovebridge. They just beat the universe. Destroyers are starting to goal here. If they can get down there, look at this. Is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? Is it magic? It's not. That one's yeah, they went to Jared. It's Leverage sending that one off of the shoulder. Gets it back. Ooh, Andy with a big stop out of the bubble.
Well, I'll tell you what is magic here is just the defense now being shown. A couple grabs, one on the other end by Leverage, I believe. Andy also playing defense there with a nice save in the goal and then a recovery. So now all of a sudden we had the first early goal, but now some blockage going on from both sides.
Meatballer, long shot, ambitious. There was a goalie in the goal. Leverage also got in the lane at the last second. Zenith handling it. Sending it near side, off the wall there. That is unfortunate. Andy picks it up, did not have the lane, thought he did. Kazman's got there, but then big stop, Leverage, far side, sends it up. Zenith with it. Gets that one through that far side too, but right in the hands of Venom. He was looking for a different kind of bounce there. As Big Bot gets it picked off at mid. Big Bot sending it out. He's looking for a bounce there, though the defense is in the bubble. We'll turn over again here. Andy with it once more. Sending that one out into the hands of Big Bot on the back line, sending it back in, but it will be the Jaywalker. We're playing beach volleyball here with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. This Leverage back over to Big Bot. Big Bot stopped by Jaywalkers. He got stunned out. What a stop by Jay. And Venom gets it picked off there at mid. Opportunity here? No. That change just comes in and bodies Venom right there at mid as Meatballer sends that one across there. Jaywalker, they still get through mid somehow. I don't know how that works out in their favor, but it does. As they opt for the reset here, as they now are in the offensive zone. As Meatballer sending it across, Jaywalker into the goal, hits it finally. How long was that going for? They just didn't stop. There was no like, at no point did they like stop. There's no slowdown there.
Put a cork in it, is what they did on the defense there, didn't we?
So there was no like, you know what I mean? There was no like seam.
Well, that was 2.5 minutes of just back and forth. Well, you know, unstoppable object and movable force, whatever you call it. Neither team able to really make headway until Jaywalker made that play.
Yeah, important goal. Well, not that important. 17-point lead. Zenith. Little hand off there to Big Bot. Andy W gets a nice stop. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. We still got 12 minutes of game time left. As Kaznaz gets that picked off. Walking into the bubble. Oh, look for the cut. Jaywalker gets it. Excuse me, that was Meatballer who got in the way. Big Bot picks it up, hits it. Nice shot there. Hits the top corner pocket. Slinging that one in. Brings his team back within 15.
Only a matter of time till Big Bot got his score there, and there it was.
There
Nice
it
read
is.
on the defense otherwise beforehand. One of those cases, I believe, is Kaznaz dragging it into the bubble looking for that pass. The only reason why, and Jaywalker, great defender, but was able to read that because Kaznaz was kind of telegraphing the pass, right? He was the entire way into the bubble, he was eyeing down who he was going to pass it to. And Jaywalker is just one player who will not let you get away with it. Likewise, Big Bot gets another shot in the goal, right on that goalkeeper off a turnover. And you called it earlier. We both said it. It was just a matter of time before he started scoring, and that's 2 in a row in 20 seconds or so, 20 plus, and that was after 2.5 minutes of no scores right prior.
Yeah. So they're back within 13. Still 11 minutes to go in the game. 3 to go in the quarter. Jaywalker handling it there, far side. The chain gets split off in the backfield. They've got a 3v2. If they can keep that chain shut down, no. Chain is now activated back in. They're looking to attack, not quick enough. That's a stun there. Somehow, Meatballer almost gets away with that leverage instead. Gets it picked off, sends it out to mid. Andy W with the reach there. And I'm thinking there was a vertical involved as well as Jaywalker sends that shot in, goes wide. Picked up far side, scoop. Good chain. Leverage sends it out through that far side tube. They have to chain after this one. They do get the chain away. Open goal. Leverage. Big pick off Jaywalker. Unbelievable stop as that one gets slapped away.
And that one is just a knife in the heart because you think it's an open goal and this is your chance now. You've made a couple in a row. Big Bot did, then Leverage had a chance to make a 3-point bomb, and then it just gets denied by the stacks. Crushing.
2 minutes to go in the quarter. Leverage setting it across there to Big Boss. Some good defensive plays here from the Destroyers. Get back in possession. What a grab! Zenith hits it for the 3. That's still not the 1, but they're back within 10.
And notice how he grabbed that full extension. He looked at him that time as he was grabbing it, just to check, because he remembered what happened 20 seconds ago. And he made sure that was going to count when he saw that he had that open lane. Zenith won't miss.
Minute and a half to go in the quarter. We still have over 9 minutes to go. As that's a turnover. Zenith sends it in. Oh, gives it right back. Andy sends it across. Disc is loose. Will be Jaywalker with it. Nice stun, but it will. Oh, that's a pick off. Zenith gets Jaywalker stunned off. They've got a numbers advantage here. Andy W goes, excuse me, Big Bot back to Loveridge. Gets it in. They're back within 8. How many in a row? How many in a row? I haven't been tracking. How many in a row?
I believe that's 4. Don't quote me on that. I believe that's 4.
I think, okay, then I have been tracking.
And the important thing about this run now, we still have another quarter to go.
Yeah.
And whereas maybe 4 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, this was on the brink of turning into a potential 20-plus point blowout. Suddenly, it's a single-digit game, and that's all you need. And, oof, that almost went in. They could have used that. They might still get it, but a double ding as it's off the same spot in that post. Deja vu all over again. It's the Matrix.
They cannot get that out. Meatballer trying to get it picked off. No, it's going to be Kaznas picking it. 37 seconds to go here in the quarter, sending it up, but it will be Andy W on the back line picking it off. Kaznas applying pressure to Andy. Andy sending it across. Jaywalker over to Meatballer, looking for one more pass, maybe. Yeah, it goes beyond the goal. Nice read there. Who was that? Zenith. Sends it out. 20 seconds. Time for one more goal. Sets up the 3. Oh, it's off the post. Good chain. That's what. Oh, my goodness. Masterclass. Masterclass. Masterclass right there in chaining. Oh, almost cursed. Almost cursed.
And you know what? Just like the Matrix, this has been a resurrection in this third quarter. How about that from the Destroyers? With that, an exciting fourth quarter ahead. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Power, agility, intelligence, speed. Turns out, we have a lot more than a name in common. The all-new Ram 1500 TRX, the fastest production off-road truck ever.
Welcome back, Echo Units. And Ivan, I see you in the chat. Tell us about your late night show. Never mind, I got it. Don't forget to tune in Friday nights at 9:30 p.m. Central here on NEPA TV. You never know who you're going to see. Stop by and visit at Late Night VR, hosted by Ivan Thrive himself. We get a little more personal with the interviews, fun games, and more right here at twitch.tv/the NEPA TV. And since he's in the chat, if you got questions about it, ask Ivan Thrive. He's right there. He may tell you who he's got coming up for this Friday. And with that, coming back to the fourth quarter, woo boys. So we watched a 4-goal run by the Destroyers to take us back to a 6-point game between them and the Laser Sharks. They are looking to try and put this away here. 8 minutes left, and if the Destroyers keep this up, they could walk away with the W.
All right. Thank you, Nails. And that says it in a nutshell, didn't we? I'm really excited for this fourth round because look, if they get started on a good streak here for the Destroyers, this could be just a dramatically, there we go, different outcome than we were expecting only 5 or 6 minutes ago in that third round. This has been an incredible turnaround.
I'm not going to say what I want to say. Not yet.
But I think I know what you're thinking.
Maybe. Actually, I'd be curious. I'd be surprised if you did. Jaywalker, Meatballer, sending it down. They got the bounce. Turn it over. Kazanaz with it. They are back within 4. I cannot believe this. Big Bot into the tube there to Loveridge. Wanted to take that shot. Did not have the lane. Jaywalker had it covered. Gets it over to Zenith. They've got a 2v1 right now. They press in. Oh, the chain just got back. Need to get that pass off. Maybe a miscommunication there. Venom sends it into the tube. They have a chain away, though. It's going to be Jaywalker touches it. Zenith gets it instead. Into the near side tube. Cannot get it in. Jaywalker picks it up. Looks for a ceiling shot. Looks for a bounce. Bounce is not on, but the chain is. Meatballer gets it in for the 2. They're back up by 6. They stopped. That was what? How was that 6 in a row? Pretty sure that was 6 in a row before that one.
Something along those lines. One of those that I would definitely just want to review, like what that scoring run was, how long that they were scoreless on the Laser Sharks when they were looking unstoppable for the majority of that first half and the opening parts of quarter 3. This has been a stark turnaround. And the thing is, I've seen this before too. In fact, this Destroyers team had kind of a similar thing going on in one of the recent scrims with my Raptors team. In fact, where we had them, well, we thought dead to rights, and sure enough, sure enough, they came back. They're resilient and letting nothing to chance. This Big Bot as he tries to secure a disc there and a shot, but they will rebound it at the very least. Kaznaz backfield.
If that was 2. We all know the rules of the universe. Leverage down to the floor. Big Bot open goal. Only for a moment. Goes back to Leverage. Brings it in. Hits it. Third time is the chart. 4 points.
Aggressive. But they gotta be aggressive, because now 4-point game. You would not have thought this not too long ago. I don't know exactly what they have to adjust, and keep in mind there are still timeouts allotted for either team. We just haven't seen them, but at some point you got to figure if they can't stop this Destroyers team enough, you're going to need to see an adjustment made here by Laser Sharks.
The long heave there from Meatballer. Now reset here. Leverage has it on the back line. That's a turnover. Big Bot. Destroyers are back in possession. Big Bot goes to Leverage. Nice lateral play here. That was just beautiful disc movement. Zenith gets that one. Tries to get it cleared out. Hits a popcorn block. Andy W gets it picked off. And he sends it through. That one's all the way down. Venom's in the area. Goal is open. Can he get there? Not quite. Will be Leverage instead again. Back to the near side. Off of the wall. Big Bot cannot play it. Meatballer does. Excuse me. Somehow gets that to Venom. That was a beautiful pass. Venom back to Jaywalker. Jaywalker stunned out. Double stun with Zenith. Disc is loose. They're all after it. That's a 2v2. No, gets scooped there. Venom gets it over to Andy W. Because Meatballer near side. The pass is not good, but Meatballer's going to be able to play it. No, Zenith with the Dusty. Gets this one picked off, sent out. It is out. That one's off the wall. They get the chain down. Leverage has an open goal. Sends it in. Off the backboard. Not quite. Zenith with the shot. That one's stopped by Jay, who turns it around.
Oh, unfortunate. Maybe no communication there on the goalkeeper being reset, but that said, they still get the disc back, so it's going to be headed up and sent down. Oh. No, but another one off the side panel, rebounded by Kaz. Kaz to the back, and then back to the front, to the top, to the bottom, but not to the bottom of the goal. How?
That was unbelievable. I don't know how many opportunities they had. 4 or 5. This one's all the way into the bubble. They have to get there first. Oh, Meatballer was right in the area. Zenith gets there. Hands it off to Andy. Andy back to Meatballer. Meatballer trying to do some awk things. Does it just like his old teammate. Puts it in, and they're up by 6.
I would almost call that a momentum swinging play that just happened there, because that disc floated by so many times within inches of that goalpost. And so to have it turn over into a goal for the opposite team, those are the swings, those are the turning points of a round, of a quarter. That is going to be one to watch out for in these final few minutes, and if it affects them mentally or not.
Leverage. Zenith. Sometimes nostalgia hurts, Oculusator. Zenith. That's the truth, too. Jeez. Just hit a nerve. Leverage. Kaz. 6 points here, 3 minutes. There's plenty of time. Playing very patient right now. They do not want to make a mistake, and they're not. Not yet. Leverage brings it in, hits it. No mistakes. 4-point game.
That's why I call out Leverage earlier on. The teams he's been on, let's just say Gorillas, NVRML, and 11.5 back in ESL. All the teams he's been on, whatever the rosters have been, they're known from having some of the best mental and just educated gameplay. Leverage is a big reason for that.
I already know who my MVP is. I don't care who wins. Venom, Jaywalker, Meatballer, shot off the post. Disc is loose. Meatballer gets there first, juking around, looks for the setup, goes to Jay. Man, it's dangerous. Oh, goes for one more pass. Oh, off of Kaznaz, still goes in. Oh, and that was that was a save. That was a technical goal right there. The Laser Sharks take a 6-point lead off of that one behind the goal.
Well, talk about things that hurt Oculusator. Well, that one hurt me. These are one of the swings where I always say I'm rooting for the underdog in a minute-to-minute situation. But, man, Laser Sharks here trying to hold on for dear life, and they don't need much at this point if they can just secure that disc and drain a little clock even, play some defense here. But, the time is the biggest boon for the Laser Sharks right now and the biggest enemy to the Destroyers.
That's not a Zeta. Try to pull the ender. Jaywalker does not buy it. Gets it picked off and sends it out. Couple chains, couple boosts. Nobody gets away too cleanly. Ultimately, Venom on the near side goes for the long heave. Picked off by Meatballer. Was that on its way in? I'm not sure. That one stopped. Kaznaz picks it off. Oh, the clear is not good. Jaywalker gets it back behind the goal. Loose. Nobody gets it. It will be Leverage. Gets that one cleared away. That one's through the far side tube. Minute 15 on the clock. Will be the defense that gets there first. Meatballer sends it up in the hands of Venom there, far side. Venom into the, excuse me, that's Andy. Andy into the tube. Cannot get into the tube. Scoop there from Big Bot. Gets to the Zenith. Zenith, what a play. The Leverage trying to get that one back to Big Bot. They have to chain. They cannot get the chain together. Jaywalker will turn it around instead. 1 minute to go, as that's a long heave for Venom into the zone.
Just rebounds right to Big Bot, though, and losing control of the disc a little bit. That could be a big hit. Oh my goodness, that was gonna be massive. They still have a little bit of time to work with, but not too much, and that is a big steal yet again from Jaywalker. Again to Venom this time, and Venom, couldn't get it because Zenith swings by last second, but only 35 left on the clock, didn't we?
Yeah, they needed to score 2 threes, and they only have 10 seconds to do it as Venom sends this one up. And then to Jaywalker. Jaywalker bringing it in, looking for the ice, puts on the brakes, sends it in. No, gets stopped by Big Bot, but only 3 seconds to go. We are out of effective time as we had 20 seconds. That is it. The Florida Laser Sharks will be taking this game as that long shot. We only have time for one more goal, 15 seconds. That one scooped up. Zenith walking it in. Is this going to be the one? Big juke, big shot goes low. Not the one, as that one's back across their far side. 5 seconds, another scoop for Kaznaz. Zenith gets it again, maybe one more. No, over there to Leverage. Gets the final goal of the game, gets it in for the 2. But that will be the Florida Laser Sharks taking it over the Los Angeles Destroyers, 35-31. That's all.
What an interesting match that was. I'm again have no advanced analytics to spout off here at the moment, but I gotta wonder if, at least in the Pro Series context, that has to be one of the bigger swings of teams' scoring outputs, right, from one half to the other, like both directions. Rather low scoring second half there for the Laser Sharks. They held on. Meanwhile, from the depths of, again, they were approaching the point of being blown out by 20 plus points in that third quarter when they turned it around for the Destroyers. So those two swings were quite the treat to watch from the spectator seat.
The thing I was going to say earlier that I didn't say, I didn't want to Caster's Curse the game, but we were podcasting in the second quarter. That's how much the game changed over the game. That's how much it changed.
Fair enough.
We went from that kind of, the more talking to the more casting between the second quarter and the second half. Mm-hmm. That was a big change there in pace. So just to get to the point, MVP without a doubt, Leverage, without question. I don't think there's any other choice. And if you pick anyone else, I'll fight you right now.
Oh man, I can't disagree. It's, as I said, very beginning of the stream, and you gotta love it. And the very last week of regular season matches when it works out the way you set up at the beginning, right? Talking about Leverage and how, I know he had a 1 season break in VRML where he took a break after years of playing competitively straight. But like I said, this guy, when he got drafted, it took some people by surprise, and just in the sense that I feel like, for whatever reason, Leverage is one of the most low-key elite players this game has seen, and has consistently been that since the beginning. Anyone who's played with him as a teammate, they know this. I'm speaking to the choir here. But it just seems like in the conversation of top players in whatever, Leverage is always on the top. You don't hear, people don't even know what his voice sounds like unless you played with him practically.
I've never heard it.
Exactly. The thing is, anyone who's been on a team with him, or even in a scrim, he's one of the best communicators. He's one of the most positive communicators. And if you're on a team with him, even if you're in the pits of a 20-point deficit, he still has a tendency to just be able to keep you guys lifted and see you through the rest of the game. So I will concur 100%. A lot of love for Leverage in their last match of this regular season for the Destroyers as they make their final bow for now.
We gotta do Spotlight. Yeah, Spotlight as well. As just a quick note there, Nails, your microphone got crazy loud.
You're welcome.
That's one way. Sure. But Spotlight, Jaywalker is Oculazator pointed out Jaywalker's stat line 9, 5, 5, and 4. He had 9 9 points, 5 assists, 5 saves, and 4 steals there. I had it memorized there from before the stats disappeared. That's a 9.554 was his stat line. So I'm gonna throw the highlight there over to Jay Walker. Probably should actually get MVP, but Loveridge just was unreal in this game. So yeah, Jay Walker with the honorable mention.
I just feel like for the MVP. So basically, I throw in it's like we're throwing extra points just for the fact that kind of leading a team to a near comeback like that, it takes so much.
Yeah,
it's such a tough skill to master, and most people don't and can't. Even those who are good at it, there's it's incredible what he did. On the flip side, since I forgot also, I'll give my spotlight, on the other hand, and Jay Walker, very worthy, but since you already covered that, I'm going to give my spotlight to Meatballer there. 13 points, 2 assists, 3 saves, and 30 stuns. And on the whole, I want to spotlight him as well because, as I mentioned, it's been a stark turnaround for the Laser Sharks here from the beginning of Pro Series to now. Meatballer coming in the last few weeks. Definitely one of the attributors to that success as well. So, spotlight to Meatballer as well in this final game of their season, or of the regular season, I should say. We will see them, of course, in the playoffs.
There you have it. Congrats to Leverage for the MVP. And, dude, I'm going to have to go with Meatballer. I'm going to have to go with Meatballer. And just because he's been doing such an outstanding job here as a new add to the Laser Sharks, and he is popping off all the time. He is going to be an amazing player to watch in the playoffs. And my mic is still apparently not right, so you guys are welcome. I will sign language. No, I'm just kidding. What I'm actually saying. But in general, Leverage and Meatballer, we're going to swap over to a quick interview with Venom. Congrats to you, Leverage and Meatballer, and we'll be right over for a post-game interview with Venom, and hopefully my mic will be better. Talk to you in a second.
Okay, and I'm here with Venom. Thanks for joining us. And I think we got the mic situation sorted out, but Venom, good to hear and see from you again. Dude, first and foremost, I'll let you do most of the talking in case my audio goes sideways again, but tell us about the team's attitude coming off of, tell me what it was like in the team debrief and going forward off of the Orlando Cyclones win. We'll get to tonight's game in a second.
Yeah, that really just kind of set the ball rolling after that win. So, we kind of found our groove, figured out what play style we're going to go forward with, and, had our new addition with Meatballer that just kind of, I think, set the whole team together. So ever since then, we've just kept it going and have been able to continue bringing out those wins. This game in particular, man, it felt really good in the first half, but I think they adapted really well to us and definitely gave us a challenge in that second.
Tell me about the first half or during the halftime intermission, kind of what was going through your guys' minds, right? So you're coming out, steamrolling pretty good. We're looking for about a 20-point difference there, and they adapted pretty quickly. What was going on there with the discussion between the team of how you guys adapted to their adaptation?
Yeah, so we figured, our play style has been mostly a lot of that very fast-paced, get the disc downfield and chain towards it kind of style. And we anticipated them to adapt to that. I don't know if we were able to change and fix the way that we challenged their stacks, but, we were able to at least get points on the board, continue scoring, and while they were decreasing that deficit, we did maintain, that lead. So it was a little scary, but honestly, we were all in good spirits at halftime, and even by the end, we were all good. So it was
awesome.
Great.
And dude, congrats to you guys getting in the playoffs there, and looking forward to seeing you guys as you continue to play. Real quick, tell us a little bit about Meatball, a new addition to the team, but obviously doing big things coming forward in the last few games. He's really been popping off.
Yeah, he's got speed. He's got the agility for it. You know, he's very well about does very well juking around the bubble, finding open spaces to break through lanes and take shots on goal. And that's one thing. Tonight he might have had a couple missed opportunities towards the end there, but I mean, most of the time that kid's on fire. He's hitting all of his shots, and he's been a great asset to the team since he's joined.
That is awesome, and good to hear. Looking forward to seeing you guys all pop off during the playoffs. Looking forward to see where it goes there as we move forward. And last question for you. Same question for everybody for tonight. Dude, are you going in March? Are you doing the thing?
Going to March. Let's go.
Awesome. Can't wait to see you there. Hopefully we'll see everybody else there. Thanks for joining us tonight. Congrats to the Laser Sharks, not only securing a playoff spot here at the end of the season, but also just tonight's win, doing outstanding work. And congrats to you guys. And thanks for joining us here for tonight.
So thank you, Nels.
Yeah, no problem, man. Talk to you soon. See ya.
See ya.
Everybody for joining us. We are back, and don't forget, moving forward, we have Saturday for the last week of the Week 9 regular season Pro Series NEPA. We've got Chicago Wizards coming up against the Orlando Cyclones, Austin Burners against the Denver Raptors, and the Dallas Knights against the Nashville Legends. You can catch all that action right here on NEPA TV on your Twitch channel. We will see you on Saturday. Thanks again to my co-hosts, Dimwee and Palador. I know I almost forgot your name, Dimwee. I'm sorry, dude. I'll buy you a beer. Thanks to the Focus as well for running all this production. And in the meantime, somebody give Dimwee a hug so that we get maybe more angry Dimwee, but not as angry Dimwee. I don't know. You never know what you're going to get, man. I'm always super excited to see it. Gents, thanks for joining me. Any parting words?
No.
I got one.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Ready up. See ya.